Hello and welcome to Safe Space, episode 14, the season finale of season 1. This, for those, if you're tuning in now, there's a lot of crazy stuff that happened leading up to this episode, and these four wonderful players here both went through stress, panic, horror, everything, all in the name of fun and entertainment. But for those who don't know, this is a live tabletop role-playing show where us guys here get together and play the Mothership RPG system from the wonderful Tuesday Night Games. If you go to mothershiprpg.com, you can check more out now. This is, I've shown it for weeks now. This is the booklet for Zero Edition. But as I speak, Zero Edition is kind of being phased out, and First Edition will now become the norm. First Edition is kind of what we've been playing, / I've been murdering the rules, so apologies to anyone who actually knows how to play the game, who's been watching me do this. But this is a survival horror game, and as such, there is like horror, gore, as I said, traumatic stuff that may go on. There'll be some edge of the seat stuff, nightmares, hauntings. It's got it all on the edge of space. But if you don't like that kind of stuff, just pull the ripcord, and thank you for joining us anyway. But who are we? Well, my name is Vince Hunt, and I am the game master / warden for this campaign in this session, and I'm joined by four wonderful players, and they're always worried when I'm so nice to them. But who are those players? Take it away.
Hi, I'm Jim, and I should be playing ZAM BRAZEL.
And I'm Lizzie, and I shall be playing Wendy.
And I'm Gavin, and I shall be playing Blaze Kelvin.
And I'm PJ, and I am playing Dr. Bill Forrest.
And it's been a joy spending time with all of those characters, and we will meet them again fairly soon.
Most of those characters.
Yeah.
Joy spending time with most of those characters.
Yes, as I said, this is the season finale. It's going to be interesting to see where it goes. And we have some exciting stuff to talk about after the session, so stay tuned for that. But I think, let's just cut this short. Should we just get stuck straight into it, guys? I think we should, shouldn't we? Yeah.
Get stuck in.
Yeah. Let's get stuck into it. Okay, so here we go with the season finale of Safe Space.
I'll go pick my book up. Last session, we started with violence. After ingratiating themselves to some of the colony workers on Cassius Prime, Wendy and Blaze Kelvin, two blue-collar junkers from the ship the Susan O'Brien, found themselves in opposite corners in an underground fighting ring of all places. Bets were placed and blows were landed, but much to the chagrin of those who set the fight up, the two ex-Marines finished the fight early and stepped away with some bruises, but a lot more respect for one another. Elsewhere, ZAM BRAZEL and Captain Austin recovered from the horrific discovery of a message from the Icarus during its disastrous journey to the outer reaches of space. This message also unleashed a signal across the colony station of Cassius Prime. And Dr. Bill Forrest, well, he was alarmed to discover that not only did that signal affect Sarah Madigan, but it may have alerted the monstrous ship of the Icarus itself to their whereabouts, and now it may even be on its way. And so the crew of the Susan O'Brien gathered together for the first time in quite a few days and discussed how they could deal with this situation and potentially save an unknowing mining colony from a fate too hideous to comprehend. Ideas were discussed, options and allies were tallied, and then the crew got to work, putting a plan in motion that would hopefully help direct an oncoming Leviathan away from Cassius Prime. Diplomacy was tried first. The good doctor unfortunately struck out with the local GP. However, ZAM managed to get the horrific audio message they had acquired spliced by the local tech wizard Fletcher. It did cost them a good chunk of the ship's remaining salvage cargo, but also it gained the crew more favour with the local maintenance engineer known as Bex. There was another cost, this time felt by Blaze. He found himself quite broke after paying off the 5k debt he had bet on himself and spending an awful lot more on explosives, courtesy of one black market banjo, who told them that he could get them stuff that wasn't necessarily on the books, which was very much tested when the Marine brought Dr. Forrest back to see him, and this request was a big one. They wanted a ship, one of the shuttles that ferried workers to and from the jump gates. What they were going to do with that ship? Well, they didn't want Banjo to know too much about that, but considering he had sold them explosives and they wanted a ship, he certainly wanted to charge them for it. And so a deal was struck. The access to one of those ships for the price of one very exclusive credit card that belonged to someone on the Icarus that the crew had somehow acquired during their time there. Though where it came from was something that the black market dealer didn't seem to be bothered by, as he met the group once again with a colleague and off the beaten path. From there they all donned environmental hazard suits, brought their tools and gear and hopped into the ATV and began the journey towards the parked up Explore transport shuttles, and not too far away, their own ship. And that's where we pick up this week's session. As I told the party before we started, after last session, writing the catch-up notes was a job and a half, but they made a plan. They did well last session. And so we open up on a dusty, rock-laden landscape, and the rev of an engine cuts through as a large, heavy-duty all-terrain jeep barrels across the surface of the planet known as Cassius Prime. The heavy windstorm that you experienced as you landed on the planet no longer really in effect, but it still has that. There's always some sort of wind in the air blowing dust around. And certainly it's not as long a journey as you had when you first arrived on this planet. And Zam, you do notice that it's a similar vehicle that you took as Bex drove when you headed over to the Susan O'Brien to check up on some things. And it is bumpy, but not as bumpy. It's almost like this driver's a little more keyed in, a little more switched in to where they're driving. Got a little more skill behind the wheel. And Sarah, who's with you, just to paint a picture, in the front of this Jeep, you got the driver, the female driver, just there. Banjo's in the passenger seat, and the rest of the party are just in the cab at the back, aren't they? Now, obviously, last session we were talking about buying explosives, doing this, doing that. Now, when we talk about explosives, I don't see them as being we're not talking massive sticks of dynamite, you know. These are elements, you know, like small explosives, sort of like pucks and detonators and things like that. So there would be two. They were given to you in two sort of, not bags, but two cases, but definitely far apart, so that as they're inert, you don't have to worry about that. If the Jeep crashes, everything's not going to explode. Do you know what I mean?
Like C4.
Yeah. It's all and with your military training, you guys know. Kind of, you're not explosive experts, which may come in handy.
So are they like 5 in each case?
Yes. Yeah.
Just 2 cases.
Because there would probably be. Yeah, because you've got 2 cases, but the cases are probably segmented in 2, so like they're sort of separate. If you know what I mean. So so you'd have to put these things together before placing them. But you guys, like, I mean, Zam and the doc, no clue. But you know where to put the earth wire and all of that. It's before sticking them where they need to be. But even so, as the Jeep's sort of bumping along the terrain, you are both sort of you have your hands sort of on the cases just to make sure they don't just fall out. Do you know what I mean? Because it doesn't seem like this Jeep is going to stop. It's not going to stop for a toilet break, and it's just heading all the way there. And it's not long before you do see the massive ship. I mean, the Susan O'Brien is a tanker of a vessel. This may be something that we haven't really talked about before. The living quarters and things like that weren't really huge. They're standard kind of living quarters, but it is heavy duty haulage and cargo salvage thing. So it's got a lot of junk in the trunk. Literally, it's got a big trunk. So you can see that ship. It's probably not as big as like the Nostromo. Do you know what I mean? It's not like, cause that always feels like it's the size of a planet. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's like a cathedral.
Yeah.
Weird looking.
Yeah, this is more boxy, but you notice that, and there's something about, I'd imagine Zam, there's something a little homely about seeing that just sitting there.
Sweet engine room.
Yeah. And as we speak now, I believe there's 2 weeks left before the engineers are coming to fix the hyperdrive. I think you used 1 week, didn't you?
Yeah.
So yeah, and you do, but the Jeep isn't heading towards the Susan O'Brien. It can see it in its vision, but it's heading more towards the bank of other ships that are behind it. Before you get there, is there anything while the driver's doing their job and Banjo's just keeping an eye out and occasionally sort of radioing and make sure they seem to be in communication to make sure that no one's watching them or following them. You get the feeling that people have done this before. But you have a few moments before you reach your destination if you want to do anything.
I just want to keep an eye out because I'm very aware that we saw a couple of figures as we were leaving.
Yes. You and Zam. Did Zam notice it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zam noticed them as well, yeah.
Yeah. You haven't seen anything like that since. It seems like, seems like, I say it's not like, it doesn't look unlivable, but this is more like when you see Mars, the classic Mars in like The Martian or something like that, rocky terrain. But it doesn't look, there's no signs of life really anyway. You don't notice anyone else following you. There is that little voice in the back of your head, Doc, that is always, you're a little nervous about seeing something. But you've both noticed this, and Sarah noticed this, because I remember at the end of last session, Sarah pointed out to the Doc. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Are you all keeping quiet about it right now?
I want to try and let Blaze and Wendy know without letting Banjo and his little mate know.
You could take a moment, like as Banjo sometimes is like, yeah, we're all right, yeah, as he's sort of speaking on the radio, and the driver just looks like they're, and the driver has like a heavy cage bit behind it, so you're the furthest away from that driver, probably, Doc.
Okay.
I'd imagine. So you have a moment, yeah.
Okay. Blaze, Wendy. Someone saw us leave. I don't know who they were, but just be ready.
10-4.
And,
Okay.
as they're there with their bags of explosives.
I'm kind of like, I don't know what other stuff we brought with us.
Yes, let's get this point of order because this is quite important.
Well, I don't have my fucking gun.
Calm down, Gavin. Because obviously the plan was, just to reiterate for some people who maybe didn't watch that previous episode, your plan is, well, players, if you want to take it away, what exactly is your plan as you head towards these shuttles?
Going to build a giant flying bomb.
How, Zam?
Well, we're gonna rip out the cryopods from the shuttle and then just fill it with explosives and send it on its way with a recording that will attract the Icarus.
Now, this specifically is
It's gonna go swimmingly.
This specifically is the recording, the hideous audio message that played all the way through the station. The other half you have safely tucked away, probably back at the colony or wherever, or unless you have it on you, but it's up to you. Now, I'd imagine
the captain's got it.
the captain's got it. Cool. Good to know. Good to know. Now, in terms of what this job entails, what equipment have you got with you? Because
Sam brought his toolkit anyway, didn't he?
he brought
So
it. Yeah,
got his toolkit with him.
it's the standard sort of the mechanical tools and stuff. So he can do. Now, Wendy and Blaze also have. They've got that bag of 5 explosives each. So if we say that. Now, in terms of other kit, what else would you have brought with you for this particular thing? Knowing that you're going to be out here, because as we discussed as well, this isn't a half-hour job. This is going to take a little while, probably a day and a half to 2 days.
Look, we've got stuff on the O'Brien.
O'Brien, yeah, the O'Brien has stuff.
So
yeah.
I think probably pick up a hand welder from there.
Yeah.
If we're, doing a big round.
You'll be going backwards and forwards, I'd imagine, anyway.
Yeah.
I guess. So yes, you have the equipment from the O'Brien at your disposal. If
Do you have a
need
wheelbarrow?
Like a hover barrow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's make it a thing.
Because we need something to transport the cryopods back to the O'Brien.
Yeah. That would probably take.
We didn't think about just flying the little shuttle next to the O'Brien.
Yeah.
I was going to suggest that, but I don't know whether we'd alert anybody if we just fly a shuttle.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I think that would give us away. I think.
Yeah.
So us
And
with
if you,
can I then?
and if you think about a plane's runway when planes are parked up, that's like saying we're going to move that plane 2 car park spaces over to this plane. It's not as simple as just reversing.
Yeah, but space.
Oh yeah, space.
Everybody
so
does it.
everything happens.
Ah.
Everything is magic.
but we've still got our ATV in the
Yes.
O'Brien, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can use that. To
You've also got the heavy duty
buggy
haul.
it back
Yeah,
and
you've
forth.
got the heavy duty loader.
But they're a lot smaller than the shuttles that we're salvaging bits from, right? So hopefully they'll go more unnoticed.
Yeah.
in
The vehicles? Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
Well, as we're speaking now, as you guys are out there, no one knows you're out there. No one's supposed to be out there. That was the whole point of this deal. So, and just a reminder to viewers and listeners, the distraction is already in place as well, as Captain Austin, Roy Zetterling, and Quilliam Albach are providing a little bit of a social distraction by just sort of being there and making a, they're not being too overt with it, but
Oh, Roy fucking is.
yeah, Roy is. Quill seems like you can tell. And here's a little bit more about Quilliam. He's a sports star. He's since since retired, and he's always had like that big metal knee brace on. He's someone that wasn't a big fan of the limelight. Some sports stars just bask in it, and you know, the money and fame, and he was never really that comfortable with losing his private space, which is why he's kind of had his head down this whole time on the, you notice, on the mining station. Even in the bar, he was just sat there keeping his head down. But for this, he's willing to bite the bullet and say, yes, it is me. Poor bloke.
The radio jammer as well.
Huh?
We've got the radio jammer
You
as
do
well.
have the radio jammer, which is a rucksack-sized piece of equipment. So just bear that in mind as well.
So I would just say that Wendy brought with her, when she came onto planet, she brought in like a bag of stuff, tools and clothes and whatever.
It was the junk
which
she tucked in.
Included her disassembled sniper rifle.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to bring that bag because it looks like tools and bits of metal and pipe
Yeah.
and whatever that's coming out because it's maintenance. So I'm bringing that with.
Okay. And as that sort of happens, just to sort of play back a little bit, Banjo doesn't care.
It's just a bag,
Yeah.
you know. bag of
The
stuff.
driver sort of double takes a little bit, but doesn't seem to pay any mind, because you all just look like, and all anyone knows is you're blue collar workers who want some explosives in a ship. But never mind that. So there's a ship. As the ships come into view, and the sort of ATV sort of rolls to a stop. You can see one of these shuttles there in front of you, and it's a long ship. It's sort of it's less lots of tiers. It's more like almost like a long shoebox kind of shape. Clearly built to just get people to and from. There's no fuss. There's certainly absolutely no expense. It's not like no expense spared kind of thing. This is for the miners and workers and stuff. And the one that it pulls up closest to is one that looks a little older, a little more run down. It's probably had a few jumps more than any of the others. As you pull up and stop, Banjo sort of hops in and goes, right, this is the one. Follow me. And he hops down, and the driver sort of hops down as well. And as like the Marines as you pick up all your stuff, I'd imagine that Doc's running light. We didn't say what Doc had brought with him.
Nothing really. I don't think he would have brought any med kits to the colony from the O'Brien because there's medical facilities there. So when he went from the O'Brien to colony, he'd have just taken like some clothes and some booze, and he didn't bring any of that with him for this. Plus, he's got booze on the O'Brien. So
yeah. And you do notice, like, sometimes Sarah is looking to the skies a little bit, but not in a. she's just constant. I think because she knows her role in this, she's aware, but she'll let you know if anything changes. And as like I'd imagine, like Wendy, you've got a big case of explosives. You've got a bag that's got. Let's face it, a sniper. These sniper rifles, they ain't no joke when it comes to. So even in pieces, it's a big old bag, probably over the shoulder. So you've Zam's got his toolbox. So you all look like you're going to take something apart.
I've brought a very big tent to this festival. Let's just say. I am carrying it on my back, and I'm gonna put it up.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Smuggled the cider in the sleeping bags. And Blaze also has. You got quite a bit of kit as well. Maybe Blaze, you're helping them out with.
Yeah, I mean it's more of a support role, so whatever they need carrying as well.
So as they're leading forward, and Banjo's just he's starting to, he's rambling about this ship. Doc, as you step off the vehicle, as everyone sort of leads off, there's a moment. Doc, as you step off the vehicle, and the driver's just sort of she's just like making sure everything's sort of locked down and stuff. She stops you for a moment, and she waits until the rest of the group are a little way away, and she's just patting you sort of on the sort of chest area, sort of head down, and she's just like, wait a moment. That ship over there, and she subtly nods in the direction of the O'Brien. That's yours, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
From what I hear, you're planning to ship out in a couple of weeks once you've got it all fixed up. And she's looking through some of the buckles and gear on the hazmat suit.
That's the plan. And I sort of start trying to just brush her hands away from me a bit.
Yeah. But then she moves your hands. I'm going to ask you a question. I don't deal in maybes, so I just want a yes or no answer. She briefly glances over her shoulder back towards Banjo. When you leave on that tanker, do you think you have room for one more? And she gives you a look, like an unspoken insinuation.
If we can get some of these cryopods installed correctly, and of course the
yes
captain,
or no?
It's not my ship.
It's not my problem.
I'm already paying a lot for this mission. I'm not willing to commit to this unless my captain gives the say-so. Unless you can give me more information. Why do you need to leave so badly?
You've seen this place, right? I'm looking for... I just want to get back home. I'm a pilot. I'm not meant for all this shit.
Back to Earth?
In a sense, I just want off this planet.
I'll see what I can do.
Good to know. And she sort of pats you on the chest and sort of prompts you onwards. And as Banjo sort of looks back, what's the problem? The old man had a problem with his suit. Has suit, but we're good now. She just sort of pats you on the back. Yeah, bloody hell. Fine. And then Banjo is walking you as the group are walking. It's not. You're about 30 feet now away from the ATV and the ship itself that you're going to strip for parts. Is about. It's only about like 40, 50 feet away. He's leading you towards it. It's like I said, it's simple, efficient looking transport shuttle. Already, Zam, your mind is beginning to figure out ways of I can chop this. You notice that it has its cargo ramp lowered already out the back, awaiting you as you walk onwards. And you notice there seems to be another ATV Jeep just behind it. So as I was saying, here's the one I've got lined up for you. It's one of the older models. Should fit your needs, whatever they are. To be honest, I don't give a shit as long as we're good on that deal. Isn't that right, Doctor?
Oh, we're good on the deal.
Music to my ears. Well, you know.
The Jeep.
I know. What Jeep? Jeep? And he sort of
What's
looks.
that over there?
He sort of looks over. And he sort of side-eyes you a little moment. Nah, Jeep wasn't part of the deal. Nah. As he sort of turns back, you see a group of figures step out of the ship. 3 in total.
What are they doing in there?
They with you, Banjo?
As he looks back, he's like, And Doc, you notice
What's going on, man?
Doc, you notice that the woman gives you a look. Just nods a little bit. They're all dressed in similar sort of environmental suits as yours, although they've got fairly bulky physiques. The one leading the group seems to be casually swinging. Just looks like a large piece of metal at one point in their hand. There's another to the side of them. Looks like they've got a heavy-duty fire axe over one shoulder. And a third has another thing resting over their other shoulder. And it's a shotgun. And you hear a voice that two of you recognise. Well, well, well. Fancy seeing you here. Tell me, what are the chances of this, huh? As Stockton sort of steps forward. As he gets a little bit closer, you can see that this isn't a large metal, just a sheet of metal in his hand. It's a large machete-like blade, but it looks very black. It's like black steel. I would say the Doc and Zam may not recognise what this is. Wendy and Blaze would know that this is a Vibe-shetty, which is one of my favourite named weapons in the Mothership game, and it's a nasty
Vibrochette. Vibrochette.
Vibrochette.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, I know.
Dip it in some olive oil.
But it also, both of you have probably seen the results of something like this, and it's not very nice. It does a lot of damage. So he's just casually sort of waving it around. And then Stockton sort of looks to the rest of the group, and he's just sort of chuckling to himself. I lost a good chunk of money on your two friends here. Not to mention disappointing a lot of people who were looking for a bit of entertainment. Just a bit of sporting entertainment. It's not a good thing to do in a place like this, let me tell you. You see, if people aren't entertained, then they get a little bit antsy. And he's just waving this man. And Zam, you can see now, it's a fucking knife. He's waving around. Well, I figure it, you all owe me. And, seems like it's time to collect. Now, Stocks, we gotta... Shut up, Banjo. Okay? I'm talking to these people. Now, you got two options. One, we all take a nice trip over to that big-ass ship of yours over there. And we take what we deem adequate compensation for lost earnings. Or two, well, you make things difficult, and we bury you somewhere out there in the wastes. Accidents happen all the time here, and besides, you ain't supposed to be out here in the first place, am I right? Wait a minute, Stocks, you never said anything about you shut your fucking mouth, Banjo. This ain't nothing to do with you anymore. This is between us. And when he says that, he's definitely clocking the two Marines. And these sneaky pieces of junk as shit. What was that, chunky boy?
I we're talking to you.
Oh, Stockton. I bought you a sandwich. Doesn't that count for anything?
You bought this meatball a sandwich?
Lady, you knocked out 4 of my fucking teeth.
Yeah, it was a very
That's
soft
where
sandwich.
I know you.
Yeah, you may recognize him from Face in Bar.
What the hell did all this happen?
And you can see
nice.
Stockton's like, he's sort of pausing like, fuck. And the other two are like, what?
And Stockton, hey, guess what, right? The last week, I've been your fighting champion.
Look, no, lady. You lost me a lot of money, all because of your little kissy you had with this fella here. I lost a lot of money thanks to you.
A fight with me.
Hey, what you saying now might have meant something a little while ago, until I saw this fella here kick you clean across the floor. I'm thinking when it's a fair fight.
Even better logic, Stockton. You want to pick a fight with me and him. You want to pick a fight with me and the only guy on this planet who can beat me.
And he just sort of looks at the others.
How stupid are you?
I guess it's the hard way. And he clicks the blade, and it starts to... It hums. And I need everyone.
Violence is the answer.
Violence is the answer. That's Wendy's t-shirt.
Getting damn in trouble, aren't they?
Now, I need everyone. Firstly, because this isn't a surprise round. Because they're starting it.
Stupid round.
They're starting it. So everyone, make a speed check.
Zero G's not going to help me in this case, is
No.
it?
Well, athletics.
Yes, that will. It depends on what you're choosing to do. They are going to attack. I will describe it more, but it's kicking off now, and they're within. You're each within moving distance. You know, like 10 feet away from you.
Is the ATV still running?
Your ATV isn't. You can't see the other one round the back. You
Hey,
need to-
the one that brought us here.
No, it's not running.
It's not running.
Yeah, the female stopped it. Okay.
Vince, tell me more about these explosives and how to arm them.
Oh, we need those.
We don't need all of them.
Red mist descends.
I'm hoping to turn one of them into red mist.
It will take a case of putting it together. You depending on a check that you make.
Do I need both cases? Like,
No,
is it
no,
one
no.
half?
I think you've got 5 explosives in each. That was how I ruled it just a minute ago. So you've got 5, but it's not like grenades. This is something you have to click, get something else, put it together, connect some bits. This isn't like a 3-second job. This is, especially if you want to do that and make sure it doesn't blow up in your face. So this is, you got to remember, these explosives, they aren't military grade explosives. These are miners. They're blowing up.
Yeah.
Rock
Like
and
breach explosives.
Yeah. So I mean, you would know that, but also, I mean, it's up to you how you handle it, because you've got a band. Wendy's got the bag with a sniper rifle, and she's got a case with 5 explosives. You got a case with 5 explosives, and Zam's holding a toolbox, like a big toolbox. Okay, so let's get. We're gonna play like the initiative.
I've rolled my speed.
Okay. Was
My
it a
speed is
success?
26. Yes.
Okay. Beautiful.
I got 26. My speed is 45.
Okay.
Ooh.
Wendy, what did you get?
I also got a 26, which is a success.
Okay. Beautiful. Who has the highest speed?
My speed is 27.
Mine's 45.
So I just snuck in under there.
So I'm going to go first out of 2 of you. Blaze, what did you get?
49. Fail.
Oh, no, fail. Okay. And Doc, what did you get?
I got a 7, which is a success, but that's not a good thing.
No!
Doc's gonna run in there first.
What do you mean? There was a fight club. Whoa!
Yeah, I can't help but feel that this is all your fault, so you know.
He becomes the Doctor of Pain. Okay then. So, the Doc is going first. He gets to, because the way we do it on this show, we do use initiative on the show just to make things simple. We will only do it once. I don't know if I can't remember. It's been a while since we've done like a proper full-on encounter. But that will be the initiative order that we'll use going round. So we'll just keep using that rather than rolling it and slowing it down every time.
Oh, fuck.
And remember, during a violent confrontation, you can everything. Basically, these guys are going to move. Like you saw, Stockton, the big guy, he activated this big blade. The guy with the axe, he's getting ready to prepare. They're gonna come at But what you see, Doc, because
So
you're sort of stood at the back.
Stockton with the blade,
Yeah,
Guy 2 with an axe, and Guy 3
with a shotgun.
with the shotgun.
Yeah. And I imagine Zam's in the middle.
In the garden.
Right. I'll allow this, right? Zam's in the middle. Okay. On which shot? Where are Wendy and Blaze at this time?
Wendy, having just been talking with Stockton, I would have thought she'd have gone kind of quite up into his face.
She's gotten closer. Okay, right. So she stepped in front of Zam a little bit. So okay.
I
Okay.
mean, I'd be closely behind
Okay.
Wendy.
Okay. Interesting. This is going to get very intense very quickly. So they've kind of moved in front of you, Zam. So you got a bit of, for want of a better term, you got some human shields for a little bit while you're holding this toolbox. And Doc, you're at the back because you had that moment before. You were approached from the rear, and Sarah's the same. She doesn't, when she sees you approach, she's back with you as well as this other woman is the driver who spoke to you. Okay, so let's start. You see them start to move. You saw this whole thing happen, and your heart sank as it started to get out of hand really quickly. But it's your turn, Doc.
Thinking, what the fuck did these cretins do? I make sure Sarah's behind me, and I try and slowly back her up.
Okay.
Try and just get her away.
So you're moving back towards the ATV.
Yeah, and towards the woman there.
Okay.
But making sure Sarah is behind me.
Yeah.
And out of.
Okay. Yeah, you can totally do that. You can use your movement and essentially you can get back to the ATV, sort of back away like.
And I'll say to the woman there, "Did you know they were here?"
And she just gives you a look. And then just sort of says, "Get in the car." And she looks like she's about to move. She's moving forward though. Okay, so Doc, that's your first turn.
Fuck. Oh, I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed, Vince.
It's Zam's turn.
Guy with a shotgun, is he loading it or is it already
You don't know.
loaded?
He's starting to bring it down. And Wendy and Blaze have kind of blocked your view a bit. When this kicked off, you saw the Marines.
Or the Stockton?
You kind of got, as you're looking at it, if you were looking at it, Zam, Stockton was in the middle. To the left of him was Fire Axe. To the right of him was Shotgun. They actually have real names, viewers and listeners, but these people don't know.
They have backstories
they have
families,
they have dreams.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have arcs.
There was a whole campaign involving them.
They're going to be guests.
To get them
it's
here.
Gonna be amazing.
There'll be the spin-off next year. No.
Axe and shotgun.
I was wondering how easy it's going to be to rush the guy with the shotgun, just like tackle him. Well, because I've got the toolbox, just like smack him with the toolbox.
Okay, you can get around Wendy. If you want to do that, if you want to try and push past Wendy, because this guy's with the shotgun, because Wendy's moved forward, his attention's there. I'll allow you this.
Yeah.
Right. So he's looking at her with this shotgun. So you'll be able to get round, and he won't necessarily see you coming when you're just going to try and smash him with this toolbox. Okay. What is your attempt? What are you trying to do here, Zam?
At the very least, knock him off his feet. I mean, knock him out would be great, but at the very least, knock him off his feet so that he can't fire.
Okay. So Wendy, you see Zam pushes past you like a, and it takes and the guy with the shotgun, he's also surprised. Zam, roll a combat check.
Combat. Where's my combat? Oh, there it is.
And we are all getting stressed now for those failures.
Yeah, it's a fail. 54, and I had a 41 for combat.
Well, you don't get fail for the speed check though, right?
You don't get stress for the speed
Okay.
check now at the beginning. No, it's just
Well,
now that
we've
we're
got
in
a
it
stress
and
for this now,
for
don't
the
we?
actions that are happening now, and getting around Wendy. You were stumbling and you didn't. You tried to. I mean, you've never really used a toolbox as it, or maybe you have. Maybe that's part of Zam's backstory. As a weapon before, and as such, this guy he sort of smacks it out of the way. He brings a shotgun round and sort of whacks it out of the way, and you stumble past him a bit. So I'll say, what speed were you going to do this, Zam? How forceful were you trying to be with this?
He was going full force with that.
Full force. Then I'll say this won't involve a speed. This won't involve stress, but just for the flavour, give me a. Give me a speed check, please.
$90 and a 0, so that's 90. So
90.
yeah.
You stumble. You hit the ground, and you drop the toolbox.
Yeah.
So you're prone, and you've moved past these fellas now. You're sort of behind them on the ground. You hear one of them go, "What the fuck?" with the shotgun. And that's Zam's turn. Wendy, you saw this happen. The guy with the shotgun hit Zam out of the way, and Zam tumble very ungracefully onto the floor.
Wendy rolls her eyes.
So you are
right. You got us into this.
So you have, as I say, this guy made that movement. Stockton's, he's looking at you.
And I'm looking at him, and I am not sure which shoulder the tool bag is on. Not the explosives case, but the tool bag.
You're still keeping hold of both these things, yeah?
Yeah. But the tool bag is coming round off a shoulder. I'm going to have to do this handy because I can't figure out that one. Basically swinging round to wallop him in the face.
Okay, make your combat check.
Yeah,
With your
Using my athletics.
Athletics.
So I'm
Yeah.
looking for a 61 or lower.
Yeah, not your military training, because a tool bag isn't really a military.
Oh dear.
Oh, no.
That'd be an 83.
Okay, gain a point of
Fickle
stress.
dice. Fickle dice.
As you bring the tool bag round, like his forearm, poof, like, and like even with like he's got like a big hazmat suit on, and it's solid. It must, just a solid arm. And not so tough now, are you? As he holds the blade in his hand. So that was you didn't move.
No.
If you can,
Can I go again without moving, without doing anything too dramatic, but still possibly causing some pain?
if you want to attack again, I'd say this won't incur stress. Make a speed check with your athletics to see if you're quick thinking enough to react to this.
Be nice this time. No.
No.
No, that's a... Oh, hang on. Speed with athletics. 40... No, that's a 50. That's a fail.
Okay. So
You
you
having
won't-
a little rest now.
so you won't be able to get an attack in
It's fine.
this way round. But is there anything like, if do you want to move in a certain way? Do you want to, you could make it difficult for him.
Can I get actually closer to him? Because I'm assuming that the vibrachete
It's sort of like,
is
yeah,
a swing weapon, and if I'm kind of right up in his belly,
yeah,
he's not going to be able to hit me with it.
yeah. You can do
I'm
that,
just
and
gonna
he's
get,
sort of like,
just
it's like,
gonna- big hug.
yeah, as you move in closer. You do have both of these things in your hands, by the way. Yeah, still.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just kind of.
Okay. And he's like, "Ugh."
It's awkward. It's an awkward hug. It's like you just arrive at a train station and you've got your luggage and somebody hugs
Yeah.
you.
So he looks confident, and then when you just sort of rush at him, he's like, "Ugh." Okay.
Hi.
That is terrifying. Wendy just going hi and just rushing up towards you. Okay. Blaze failed, so the other guys are going to go first. The one with the fire axe is going to come. Steps towards you, Blaze,
Ooh.
and he's going to swing it at you. So he closes the distance. So that'll be his move, and he winds up and swings. Okay. Gotta make sure I've got the right dice. Okay, these guys. And he fails. He doesn't succeed. So he swings and but it's clearly difficult for him to sort of swing this thing in the hazmat suit, and you can sort of lean back and you I mean, with the mask on, you see it go just in front of you. It's one of those things that if 3D movies were still a thing, I know they're still a thing, viewers, but you know, that would be a 3D movie moment, just seeing an axe fly past.
Slow motion.
Yeah, and you hear him go fuck.
Fuck.
Stockton. He's going to do two things. Because Wendy's right there. Firstly, he reels his head back to headbutt you. Now, you got to remember, you're wearing hazmat suits. Now, also do not forget, people, that everyone's got hazmat suits. The armor points of a hazmat suit is 7. Okay? So they've got to decrease that before you even start getting hurt. But the face mask reels back as he tries to headbutt you, Wendy, right in the grill. Oh, I rolled a d20 and a 10. What a fool. And he rolled a 15. So just the force of it pushes you back a bit. Doesn't do that much damage. It only does 2 points of damage, so it doesn't even. But like it cracks something in the mask, and as you sort of reel back, there's the bit of space, and he swings with the vibe shetty at you. And he just misses. And as you sort of wheel back, and you hear it there, like, and you know that was aimed at your head. That would have taken the top of your head off. So, ugh! It clearly hit you. You reel back further than he expected in his just out of his range, and he's letting out an expletive.
Stockton.
As the third guy lowers the shotgun at you, point blank range.
Oh.
Yeah. No. We can have RoboZam.
Does it hang? I'm not going to give him advantage on this.
It's all yours,
Oh,
boys.
that's generous of you.
I'm not going to give him advantage. He kind of should have it because she's right there.
Yeah, but he's
Fire it up.
stupid.
I mean, he hasn't moved, but the first one. Ah, fuck! Let's go have another go. What's that? Ah!
Did he even fucking load it?
It's like and he like you see him like trying to fucking dust in the chamber, and he's like, because there is quite a lot
they
of
say
dust
it happens
in
to everybody from time to time, but twice in one day. I mean, that's just, you know.
I'd like to think it was the small, fat dust cloud that was Zam.
Yeah, the poof that he picked up.
Zam dust has
Yeah.
broken the rifle, the shotgun.
Screen.
As this is happening, you see a figure move out from behind you, Wendy. As the woman approaches the guy with the shotgun, she's got something in her hand. She just made that, I think. Yes. As you see this blade, this small blade, come out, and where like the masks are, there's sort of like, you know, breathing pipes and stuff. And she just runs over and takes out one of the breathing pipes, and the guy with the shotgun immediately sort of he starts reeling, and he's lost control. He's trying to hold the mask with one hand and hold the shotgun in another, so he's in no position to fire again on the next round. And she's like, as he's panicking, like, and then she moves towards Zam. And it's Blaze's turn.
How close am I to shotgun guy?
Stockton and Wendy are between you and the shotgun guy. This is all very close quarters. It's happened. You close the distance. This is, for such a wide open space, this is a very personal battle. Whereas Fire Axe Man he's right in front of you.
Oh right, yeah, I suppose.
So if you think about reaching distance, Fire Axe Man and Stockton.
Can I attempt to snatch the fire axe from Fire Axe guy's mitts?
You certainly can. Would you like to make... what check should we have on that? Let's have a contested combat check, shall we?
Can I add my hand-to-hand combat?
Yep. And you got athletics as well, yes?
I do.
Yes, you can add that. He's
Both of them.
Yeah, he's not trained. You're trained for this, so. But because you're adding those, this will be a straight roll. There won't be advantage to this. What does he get?
$75. Fail.
He got a 40, which is a fail.
Oh, for...
Which is a fail.
Good.
So you're both... He's not letting go of it. There's a real tug of war. You've got another opportunity to do something.
It's like that bit when the T100 and the T1000...
Yeah, it's like that going, get the fuck off! You've dropped your... I mean, to do this, you would have had to drop the...
Oh, yeah, that's... Yeah. Dropped and gone for the axe.
Yeah.
Can I have another go?
Yeah, you can have another go.
Are we still gripping?
Yeah, you're still...
Can I do a strength check?
Yeah. If you want to do a strength check. If you want to just...
Now, I've got on my sheet advantage for the next 4 strength checks. Now, I know this was a while ago. Does that still carry over, or...?
That's what it says. Next 4. If this is one of them...
I can't remember how I got that, though.
You boxed so well that it's trained you to such a point. Yeah. Adrenaline has kicked in. Yeah. Just...
Woohoo! Okay, let's try that again. Now... oh, it's that number again. Does it go off the last dice rolled, or is it because
what was the lowest number? Or what did you roll?
The lowest, 66.
So what were your 2 rolls?
80 something and 66. Yeah. Shit.
His dick fixed.
He yanks it back and he's gonna have a swing.
So I'm just adding a point of stress there.
And you need to make me a panic check. He misses. He just misses, but you need to give me a panic check because this was a critical fail.
Oh, panic check. Sorry. That's the 20, innit?
Yeah. I knew it was going to turn into carnage.
Oh.
My stress
Gavin,
is 5.
Your stress is 5?
I've rolled a 4. Having a bad night, gang.
Yeah, but I don't think I can make a fear save.
This is overwhelming. All actions are at disadvantage. Could you roll me D10, please?
Seven.
All actions have disadvantage for 7 minutes. Permanently raise your minimum stress by 1.
So my minimum stress now is 4.
4, because this happened to him. This happened to him on the Icarus.
Fuck.
There's also a thing when a marine panics.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
everyone.
assume
So-
we're all nearby,
so,
aren't
obviously-
we?
Which we may remember from Marine Panic Spiral.
Just for the wonderful viewers, because this hasn't happened in a little while. Lizzie, when a marine panics, what is the trauma response?
Every nearby friendly player must make a fear save.
That is Wendy, Zam, and the Doc. Did you say nearby?
Yeah.
Doc's not one of them. He got out of range. He got back to the Jeep. Because you got back to the Jeep.
Yay.
Yeah.
Get back here, Duck!
Yeah. Yeah.
Sam is on the floor, so like, you know,
No, he's still within 5 feet.
I've rolled a 70, so that's a fail.
Okay.
So is that another point of stress
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did Wendy get?
17, which is a big success.
Big success. Cool.
With mismatched dice. Because
Yeah.
Rebel.
Okay. Okay. As it's all, and the axe missed you, Blaze, but caused you to. This is not going how you thought it was going to go. This guy's a little tougher than you thought he was going to be. Doesn't seem to be able to fight worse shit, but maybe it might take him.
Is this soup? It's riding up!
Doc,
Mm.
I'm gonna. You get back to the Jeep. The keys are in it.
Good. Excellent.
pop the radio on.
I'm going to tell Sarah to get in the back of the Jeep
She does free action. She's like, ah.
and to just stay down, and
Yeah.
then I'm going to get in the front and start the Jeep.
Bye then.
Is that going to be all of my turn, Vince?
The Jeep is there. It's not going to take much to turn it. So far you haven't made any movement. You were in the Jeep, weren't you? I think end of
Well,
last.
I wasn't quite in it. I was
Okay.
just outside it.
I would say for now, because you're getting there. Give me another speed check, Doc. This is a bit unconventional the way I'm doing this, but I just want to make sure, you know.
37 and my speed is 33.
Oh. Then whatever you're going to do, you can do on the next turn. But
Okay.
as you look, it's directly in front of you. You know, the lights, the rumble's happening about 20 feet away, and everyone's boxed in. Everyone's boxed in right in front of you. Zam, on the floor.
On the floor. Right, so shotgun guy now is kind of wrestling with the fact that
Yeah, his mask. You can see him sort of panicking, and the woman's sort of moving towards you.
So can I just from the floor hit, boot him in the kneecaps with my heels, just straight in the kneecaps.
Okay. Make a combat check with advantage. I'll include a bit of movement in this as well. You probably have to just sort of scramble over and then give him a kick. But I'll allow this with advantage.
23. Combat is 41.
You got a what did you roll?
23.
23. Yeah, you hit this. I would say roll a d5, please. It's all kicking off, folks. It's all kicking off.
D10 and then half it.
D10 and half it.
This is 7, so is that going to be a
3? Yeah. So, okay. You feel part of the suit crunch as you hit the back of his kneecaps. He's like, ah! And he goes down. He's like, oh, he's scrabbling because he's trying to do several things at once. So he's like, oh, and takes his balance off. And he hits the floor very ungracefully, I would say. So you took him down. Are you getting back to your feet, Zam? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so that'll be it for your turn. And Wendy.
I'm going to stay focused on Stockton.
Yeah.
Because I bought him a sandwich.
Can't have been that good of a sandwich.
And I made him a lot of money in the past week. I mean, seriously, this guy. So I'm letting go of the case of explosives.
Mm-hmm.
Getting 2 hands on the bag of tools and kind of swing it up towards his chin. So like a kind of heavy tool bag uppercut.
Okay. In the
Please.
chin, yeah. Yeah. Combat roll with your athletics.
Okay, so I'm looking for less than 61, and that is 82.
Point of stress. And this is very
awkward. This is getting awkward.
This is an awkward and like you just by using these things that I mean you're used to moving quickly, Wendy. You're not used to this is an unconventional fight, and he manages to sort of move out of the way. Is there anything else you want to do? You can move.
Would it be too much to then go, oh, let's let go of the bag and dive at him?
Yeah, I will allow that. I'll allow that.
Which of these cursed dice should I use?
Reel back, I would say make a combat check, just with your athletics.
I don't trust any of them. Okay, let's try these. 35 success.
Oof. What are you trying to attempt with this, Wendy?
So basically, drop everything and just kind of wrap round his belly and just dive into it. Rugby tackle him, but kind of from the front.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of.
I would
again,
say give me a
getting
D5
close.
because you hit him quite hard. I'd imagine.
Oh wow, that's a 2.
Okay, so you know he's the biggest fella out of all of them, so it doesn't do much, but it wins him. But more importantly, he can't. The arm with the Vibesheti, you got like because you rugby tackled him. You've pinned that arm to the side, so he hasn't got that arm free. The other arm is a bit more free. But yeah, the blade isn't going to come for you anytime soon.
Cool.
What is going to come for you is an elbow on the back of the head, if he can. He can't. This is and he's just, you know, he's hitting it, but he can't get past because it's where the back of the hazard suits are sort of like, you know, rebreathers and it's all padded and stuff, and he's trying to hit that going, get the fuck off, and he's just trying to he's going to try combat, he's going to try a contested strength check to get out of this, and that'll be his turn. He failed. If you critical fail this, he will get out. But otherwise,
Nah. That's a 38.
No.
That's
Yeah, you
joyfully
got him tight.
good,
He's
so-
like going. "Ugh." Meanwhile, Blaze.
Yes.
The fire axe. He's going to come at you again, swinging twice. First one misses. Swinging wildly. He's swinging for the fences. But they ain't trained like you. He's hitting nothing. Doc, as you're watching all this, this is chaos. This is absolute. You know, there's absolutely nothing to it whatsoever. The guy with the shotgun stands up. He's like, he stands up, and he's trying to his turn. He's sorting out the shotgun. He's trying to get it ready for the next turn. But that's it because he failed so miserably on the last one. The female, however. Did you get up, Zam? Did you get up?
Yeah.
Yeah. She approaches you and just sort of says, "Get out of here. Get back to the jeep." And you see she's got a little blade in her hand. Your friends have got this. And she's it's up to you how you take that. That's what she does. She's not going to try and force you to get out of here. Because she just saw you kick someone really hard. And Blaze, it's now your turn. Come on, everyone's swinging. This is carnage.
Where's Banjo in all of this?
Banjo, where is Banjo? Banjo, run.
He can go pluck himself.
Yeah. Yeah. I was wondering when someone was going to ask that.
Can I just try and fight again? Let's try and get that axe.
Yeah.
Let's get that axe.
You make that strength check if like he swung badly. You still got advantage on it.
I mean, if he's swinging it, do I need to like grab him again or?
Because he swung it, he's within range, so you can try and do it. I will allow as that part of it. If you do your strength check with advantage.
Okay. Well, straight check because I've got disadvantage on everything.
Yes, you do.
And I've only got.
I love an honest player, don't you?
3 of these.
Yes.
No. Did I have any of my skills added to that?
Athletics.
Thank God. 29, which is a success.
You get that axe off him.
I needed to get 36.
Give me that.
And he's like, "Ah! Hold on.
And I swing for him.
Yeah. Where are you aiming?
Nice.
Okay.
Neck. But this is combat and with disadvantage.
Okay. Yeah, combat with disadvantage, but you can add your athletics because you're swinging an axe.
Okay. Not that it helps. 71.
God, the disadvantage is going to be a killer, isn't it?
It's brutal because the other one was 29, which would have been a success.
Oh.
And now you're
Fucking
swinging
suit.
for him, and he's sort of stumbling, but he's stumbling back like, "Oh God!" And he looks over his shoulder towards the jeep that's behind.
This goddamn suit's 2 sizes too small.
Okay. Speaking of jeeps, Doc.
How close together is everybody?
Everyone's pretty close together at the moment. I would say, yeah, there isn't.
What I'm asking here is how easy would it be for me to run over one of the bad guys? Just drive in and mow them down.
If you were gonna do that, if you were just specifically aiming for one of them,
Mm-hmm.
the guy with the shotgun
has kind of separated himself off to the side while he was doing it.
Then I want to squish him.
You want to drive forward.
PJ, you'll get struck off.
The rest of you,
save, damn it.
the rest of you hear like just an engine sort of like, and Zam, you see the female sort of look at like, oh fuck, move! As this guy's trying to fix the shotgun, like, come on. Doc. Give me. Oh god! Because you're just driving straight forward. It's not like you don't have any driving skill. But if you want to stop this thing, before it plows into the side of that ship, and the ramp, because that's kind of where you'll hit the side of the ramp. Give me a speed check to put your foot on the brakes. I've got to make a roll for this guy.
Oh, fuck.
This is going to be very bad for him.
Oh god, he's taking a photo.
Oh. That's very good or very bad.
What did Doc Forrest roll? 1.
A 1.
That's very good.
That's very, very good.
Ooh.
Oh.
And I fucking failed. What happens is this. What you see is the engine, and the woman screams at you, Zam. All of a sudden, the lights like get brighter, blazes. You notice it. Wendy and Stockton, they sort of notice it. Like, what the fuck? As it just the handbrake comes off and it shoots forward. As this guy's like, can't get the fucking dust out of there, and just the Jeep, he goes underneath it. You hear a massive crunch. I'm not going to even get you to roll for this because you hit him with with an all-terrain vehicle. He disappears underneath it, like with a, and you feel it, and you sort of lose control a little bit, and then you see the ship, and you park it. You immediately, it skids. And the rest of you see that as it skids, it dragged. The body went under the wheels, the front wheels, got caught underneath the back, and got dragged underneath. And the shotgun is on the floor, not too far away from Wendy and Zam. And that's where we're going to go to break.
Fucking hell. Fucking hell.
Is he dead?
He's dead.
He's dead, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Doc.
You want to hope he is.
What an exciting start to this, and they haven't even gotten around to saving the planet yet. So be back here in 5 for the finish to this exciting fight, and to see what happens to the crew after that. See you in 5, everyone. And welcome back. In the middle of a fight, ZAM BRAZEL has just seen Bill Forrest run someone over in pretty brutal fashion. And it's your turn, Zam.
I think he's finished cheering. Right, so there's no one immediately near him, is there?
No.
Stockton and Fire Act guy are not immediately near him.
The one that's closest
How
to you,
close?
the one closest to you is probably Stockton. Stockton has his back to you. You're still kind of behind because you went past him, didn't you? Stockton has his back, but you see that Wendy is holding him. And you notice that the shotgun also span out.
Yeah. So is the shotgun closer to Zam or is it closer to Wendy?
Probably the same, but Wendy's kind of busy at the moment.
Okay. So you'll have to go for the shotgun.
So you can with your movement you can run over, pick up the shotgun.
Yeah, and then somehow get it to Wendy, I think. Because he's not going to be able to fire it. Unless he can try and shoot. If he shoots Stockton in the back, it's going to hit Wendy as well, though, isn't it?
Well, where it sort of skidded out, you're probably on the same line as Wendy and Stockton, so you're not behind him anymore. You had to sort of move forward a bit, crouch down, pick it up.
So is he going to hit Wendy if he fires at Stockton?
It's a shotgun, so there's a good chance that it will. I will say this: the shotguns obviously have a range.
Yeah.
They're nasty shotguns. Wendy and Stockton are nearby. If they get hit with it, it immediately takes away 1 wound. Doesn't matter how much health you got, it's a wound it takes away. If someone is far away, it's a scatter shot. It'll do less damage. It won't do that much. I think it does 2d10. And
Yeah, I'm gonna
the
try
guy
and hit
that
him
used
with
to
the shotgun.
the guy that used to have the fire axe, you could fire at him. But he's far away. Won't do
I'll
as
take
much.
him out.
You're gonna try and shoot
Okay.
him.
No, I think I'll club Stockton with the shotgun.
You're gonna club him in the face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you can run up, and I will make a combat check with advantage because he's kind of busy.
Combat. With advantage. They were both successes.
Told you there'd be a
17.
musical number.
Yeah, sorry, man.
17 and what was the other one?
The other one was 39.
Okay. So, yeah, roll me a d10.
You...
6.
Yep.
You crack him in the face plate part, and it sort of cracks, and he's like, "Ah, fuck!" And you can see it's like. His armor is essentially not. He's got no armor points left after that. And Wendy, you hear this guy sort of recoil and react, and you're like trying to hold on to him as this is happening. And it's your turn as this guy's moving around. You hear a crunch and a crack.
All I'm going to say is that as he hits him with the shotgun, he's kind of making it ready if Wendy wants to grab it.
It's there. It's as Zam said that, as Stockton's sort of like, ah, there's a shotgun right there.
Could we do a delightful little dance move where you're kind of turning it and you're almost letting it go, and I grab it out of thin air and I grab the butt end of it, and I'm going to try and ram the butt end of it into Stockton's face through his mask.
So you're hitting him again with the butt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bridge of the nose, eyes, you know.
Okay. Then make a combat check.
Come on, lovely dice. Come on, come on. It's all good. It's all going to be fine. Yes, Mummy's very proud. 53, which is a success.
53.
Allowing for my athletics.
Roll me a d10.
Which one? Let's go for you. Ooh, let's try that again. 2.
Okay, 2.
God's sake.
So you smash into that, the already broken one, and you feel it give in, and like his nose begins to break, and he sort of stumbles back as you let go of him. You haven't moved. You've got a shotgun in your hand.
And I'm going to flip the gun around and point it at him and say, "Are you ready to stop now, Stockton?"
Okay. Okay, that's your turn.
Yeah.
She's like,
Ah, fuck! Fuck you!
and he's swinging.
Disadvantage because he's got blood all over his face. So, you know.
He rolled a 5.
Oh, no. What have you done, Vince?
Okay. Vibe. A Vibeshete does 3d10 bleeding damage.
Mhm.
I rolled a 9. I rolled an 8. And then I rolled a 10.
Cool.
First 7 of those is the armour being ruined. So,
Is that
Well, I'd already
Wendy or
lost
Zam?
2 points on my armor,
alright, okay. So 5
so 5 points off
that,
the
yeah.
armor.
And the rest you're taking.
How
As
much
like
is the rest?
as he just throws it towards you. So yeah, so that would be 19, 27, 22 points of bleeding damage. Does that take you past a wound? As he punctures the suit and just...
Yes, that takes me past a wound.
Okay. Could you roll me a d10, please?
7, which would have been really helpful when I was doing damage.
It ain't going to be helpful now. Wounds 7, bleeding damage.
Stop doing that, Vince.
Oh, sorry. As he cuts your arm off.
What?
Whole arm?
A limb is severed. You also have bleeding +5.
I don't care, you're chopping my arm off.
Which means bleeding +5 means this. Every round you do not stop that bleeding, you lose 5 points of HP.
I've got an arm off.
You've got an arm off.
You got an arm off.
The one that was holding it, probably, maybe not a whole arm. I would say he just hacked down at the forearm. And you just see it. As she said, are you done now? Bang! He just cuts through it like a knife through hot butter. Wendy screams like you've never heard it before. Oh, she doesn't scream.
No.
She's just like, oh fuck. Well, she's probably gone into shock then. I would.
No.
Okay.
There is no expression change on Wendy's face,
Roll me a d10, please, Wendy.
I believe.
Just roll me a d10 just
But I'm just going to stare at him super hard. Oh, 1, so there probably is a massive expression change on Wendy's face.
No, I'll just say it was the left arm.
Thank you.
Left arm. I was just thinking 1 to 5.
I had written that in my notes.
Oh, good.
Just assuming that was the one holding the front of the rifle.
Yeah, it's the front of the rifle,
yeah.
so the rifle sort of, it's going to be difficult to lift this up, plus blood is pouring out of this.
She's just eyeballing him now and like, you stupid man.
Oh God, that scares me, Lizzie. Right, the other one.
It's not me.
The other one. The other one that's still left.
She's totally different from me. It's not me at all.
Still coming for you though, Vince.
The other one that's
where you live.
Still left. It's finale, people. You want stuff like this in a finale?
Oh, do we?
I don't know. I didn't think this was going to happen. I didn't think you'd roll a 7, Matt. And I don't know. I'm panicking. Okay. And I'm just sticking to the rules, people. I'm just sticking to the rules. Blame Tuesday Night Games. They're wonderful, but they create this table. The other guy, Fire Axe, he's making a beeline for that Jeep. So he runs away. He's running away. He sees what happened. He's running. God, what is the female going to do?
I believe she's known as the driver.
The driver,
or
yeah. The
knife
driver.
lady.
The driver, yeah.
Knife lady.
Yeah, she's got a whole backstory and everything.
The Fremen.
Yeah, just the female.
Seeing something like that,
Come on, sisterhood.
she's going to run up and attack him.
Yeah.
She's going to try and stab the blade in. She hits him. She hasn't got loads, but she moves over. Oh, she does. Oh, fucking hell. She does 8 points of damage with that. Oh. And as he sort of, when do you see sort of, he's sort of stunned for a little bit, and he comes back, and you see this figure just appear out and just start, just jams this little black blade that she had just into his sort of the neck area. And he's like, ah! Blaze, it's your turn. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Sorry, carry on.
Because the guys have had their turn.
Yeah, yeah. All the enemies / NPCs.
Wendy!
It's like Flintstones. Oh, fuck, I don't know. Because can I? Because I'm still reasonably close to Wendy and.
Yeah, you're within reach of this. If you want to step up and swing.
Oh, I've still got the axe. Yes, please.
I still have a shotgun in one hand if anybody wants to borrow it. Still pointed at his face.
You hang on to that. I'll
okay. I'll do my best.
I'm gonna swing for him.
Okay.
So try not to get in the way, Wendy.
Okay. With
this Sam is there as well, just.
Yeah, this is with disadvantage, yes.
Yeah, with disadvantage. But do I add my military training with this one, or combat? Because that's hand to hand.
Combat and hand to hand. You got because you got hand to. Yeah, you got athletics and hand to hand. I'll allow that. Okay. Not the military training, but you've got athletics, haven't you? And you've got hand to hand. So I'll allow that. Because hand to hand includes using weapons like this, I believe.
67, which is a fail. So I'll have another go.
Come on.
God, I am loving these disadvantage rolls. 99.
Oh, gee.
Orgy. Get your arm fixed first. Let's not. Yeah, 99.
That's a stress. Could you roll me a
Hit me. I'm gonna.
No. Wow.
That's 2 stresses, isn't it?
Something bad happens. Roll. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna make it a percentage roll here, Gav. Right?
Oh.
Something
right.
bad's gonna happen because you got a critical fail. Yes.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
The
And
other
you were
arm's coming.
swinging towards Wendy and Stockton.
A little bit, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna make you're aiming towards Stockton. Okay. 75 and below, you hit the shotgun, and it will clatter out of her hands. Maybe even ruin it. You get above a 75. Don't get above a 75.
Do I roll this? Am I rolling
You
this?
roll it. I'm not.
Oh, Gav.
Problem is, all my
It's a
dice are
straight
cursed.
roll.
This is a
It's a
straight
straight
roll. This
roll.
is just
Okay.
this is just a luck roll, for want of a better term.
21.
21.
21. Where were you?
Blaze comes in too forceful. He clatters the. It doesn't hurt you, Wendy, but you just can't keep your grip on the shotgun, and it's smashed out of the way. Roll me a panic check, please, Blaze.
Oof, nearly. 12. Success.
You don't panic. This would be the
However-
time.
Everyone else needs to roll.
Fair same.
Yep.
No, you didn't panic.
I didn't panic, but every
Oh.
time I make...
No, it's just when you
when you
panic.
Oh, if I
panic.
fail it,
Yeah,
sorry.
if you
Yeah.
panic, yeah.
Sorry,
Oh,
sorry.
fuck.
Sorry, I was just expecting everything to go wrong on my turn, so I
I mean, he didn't lose a limb.
Yeah.
It's not wrong. It's just differently right.
This is
still got the axe, though.
so Wendy. The shotgun flies out of your hand, and you see Blaze's face for a second, and you know he didn't mean to do that.
Sorry, Wendy.
And it's Doc's turn.
So the other guy's running for their jeep.
Yeah.
What's the distance on that? Can I run him over too?
What's this, Carmageddon? I think you've got teas for it now.
Vince gave me a car.
Use the things that are given to you by the GM.
Yeah, yeah. I will allow you're going to attempt to run this guy down.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
don't wanna
because
get him back
it
to
would
the
have been more
colony.
difficult if you had crashed it, because you would have had to reverse it. But you parked it on a dime,
Fuck yeah.
so the dock.
Stunt driving course.
Doc, where's as Sarah is screaming in the back, the wheels. God, what roll do I give you for this?
Just give it to me for free.
No. You're gonna have to roll for this to see if you hit him. You make it over there. I would say it's either gonna be intellect or speed. I'll say intellect for this one because you've got to navigate around that ramp, and he's going around the other way.
Can I add surgery? It's like threading the needle.
No, I appreciate the gumption, but no.
The need.
Threading the needle. You might need them in a minute. Oh, too
Oh,
soon?
well. Okay. Come on, dice. 57, failure.
You just miss him. He's screaming like ah, and you can see, but you're closer to you as you just miss him. But when you reach around the other side, you see there's someone sat in the driver's seat of the other Jeep, looking like. Their eyes are wide. Is there anything you want to say or? I mean, that was your turn to essentially drive around there. You can say something if you want, Doc, or
No.
Okay, top of the turn. Next up, we're with Zam, who've just witnessed something horrible, and yet
Shotguns.
Wendy is
Yeah.
strangely stoic about it.
The shotguns. Isn't it?
It's on the floor. It'll probably be a luck check to see if it's still usable if you want to grab it.
Unless
But
I
it's
just wanna, like,
closer
grab
to you.
it.
It is within reaching distance. What do you want to do, Zam?
So if I fire it at him, is anybody else going to get hurt?
Hi!
It's scattered off to the side, near where you are. You can run over to get it, pick it up, turn around, and try and fire it. Okay?
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. If you don't succeed, it's going to go off in your hands.
Now I need my hands. I'm just trying to think what I can do now.
Well, everyone was using it like a baseball bat earlier. I don't know what the problem is.
Yeah, but I haven't got. I can't like get it and then hit him with it. Come on. So I have to move, pick it up, and then go back to hit him.
Yeah. I mean, it's not too far. I'll allow that. I'll allow that for expediency. I will allow that. If you want to have a swing at him with it. To try and get him, because he's right up with Wendy. If you want to try and get him away and try and smash him away.
Yeah. Go for
Okay.
that then.
Then roll a combat check.
Gonna go badly with advantage because he's focused on Wendy. Yeah.
No.
Mhm.
Oh.
Almost worth a try though, isn't it? Combat, you said, yeah.
Yeah, I almost allowed that as well.
I mean, I'm fairly distracting right now.
I'll allow the advantage, actually. And I'll say this because he did such a hit that it probably surprised him. That hit and the way she reacted has... What? And then Blaze appearing out of nowhere and hitting the shotgun with the back.
It was combat, you said, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you gave me advantage because with advantage I've got a 30, which is below the 41 combat, so that's fine.
Roll me a d10.
If I didn't have advantage, it would have been an 88, which would have been a critical fail.
Cool.
So, thanks for that.
Yeah.
And it's another 6.
Another 6. You take away one of his wounds. Could you roll me a d10, please, Jim? I'd like to give the players. That's an option.
2.
2.
Yeah.
People, you've got to hit him harder.
Well, it says winded, so he's got disadvantage until his next on the next round. So you knock him back, and he's like, you can see blood sort of leaking out of that thing, and he's been knocked back a bit. And he's like,
I think that's thematically good considering Zam isn't really a fighter.
yeah. And Wendy, lose 5 points of damage as the wound continues. How are you doing, Wendy?
Yeah, that's another wound.
You roll me a d10, please.
Well, 7 again.
Oh, I can't. I won't say that. I would say roll it again.
2.
2.
Yes. I have a slight headache.
This works out quite thematically. Lots of blood. Those nearby gain 1 stress. So Blaze, Zam, not Doc because he drove around the corner. try. But you haven't gained the stress, Wendy. Everyone else, just seeing what is happening is stressing them out. And you're the blood loss is immediately you're starting to feel it. But what are you doing as this guy's reeling back? He's hurt. You can tell he's hurt. And he's not sort of he's not. He doesn't look like he's ready to swing again. He's like,
Can I? How far away is he?
He's nearby. He's within reaching distance. If you wanted to
reaching distance,
if you wanted to grab him, yeah.
Can I kick out at him?
Mm-hmm.
Where shall I kick him? Can I kind of try and kick a knee? Take out a knee.
Okay. You can
Please.
you can take out a knee. It's a
Kind of get him low. I would like him to fall to the ground some way.
Yeah, cool shot. I will say. Yeah, your military training and your athletics, because you're just going to put everything you can into this kick, aren't you?
Hello, blue dice. That's a 3.
A 3, yeah.
Yeah.
Roll a d10.
Ooh. That's a 0, so that must be a 10.
Fuck. There's a crunch as his knee goes the other way. Crack! And he's like, he screams. He's still got a knife in his fucking neck as well, and like blood pouring from this mask as he drops to one knee and like, So as he drops to one knee, like, just like it's a higher pitched scream than you imagine from this gruff man that just, and he dropped and like he's It's his turn.
I haven't finished.
Oh, what are you doing, Wendy? Oh god, I'm scared.
Assuming he's now down towards the ground and he's got his mouth wide open screaming, I'm putting my elbow in his mouth.
You're gonna...
Oh no!
I'm gonna try and suffocate / drown a man in my own bleeding outness.
This is the worst thing.
Because I
happened.
wanted to
putting
see PJ's face.
You're putting your stump. You're putting the stump into
I'm
that.
putting the bleeding stump of my arm into his open mouth.
14 episodes. This is what you get, people. High quality content. We did warn you at the beginning of the show, by the way.
Record.
This will be the last episode that PJ's on.
After's done his work and now he has to return to his home planet.
Wendy, make our combat check.
29 success.
Oh. Roll me a d5, please.
So that's an 8, so that's a 4.
Describe to us the final moments of Stockton's life as Wendy gets revenge in the most brutal of manners. As he's reeling, he's right there.
So his knee is kind of just
sort of
mushed.
torn. That's been torn open. The way that Zam hit it is just. You can see his face is complete mush.
Broken nose.
Probably having
earlier
problems
on.
breathing anyway. You can see like there's the grains of whatever dust is in the air. He's like he's struggling to breathe anyway. He can't see properly.
He's heading towards the ground because his knee's out. His knee's
reeling,
just
he's
mush.
reeling. Yeah.
Grab his shoulder, elbow into his open mouth, and it's just like bubbles of bloody air just popping around his wide open mouth, and you can just see the kind of Adam's apple a little bit just go as he's gagging for air. And Wendy's just like, I bought you a sandwich.
Is this? She's just forcing it, forcing her. This is fucked up. She's forcing the freshly amputated stump
Nice person.
into this. Yeah, well, yeah, we're all lovely people here. This one, it's the darkest the fire comes from nice people.
Use the things that the GM gives you.
And Zam and Blaze, you both have to give me a fear check immediately. Because you witness
Wendy is not moving. Wendy is staying there,
and she's just forcing it down. And you can see, like, you can hear her sort of. She's speaking to this figure as she's just forcing it down, and you can hear some more crunching. It's almost like the force that Wendy's putting into it. The face is giving way, as well. And she's just there until
Save, you said, yeah?
fear save. Yeah.
Do I have disadvantage on saves as well as skills?
Yeah, it's all actions. Yeah.
Brilliant.
So my fear is 32.
Yeah.
I got a 13. So apparently Zam
kind of
is
chill.
not phased by this at all.
Yeah. I mean, you're probably freaked out, but
Benisa's done worse.
you know.
Zam just wants this guy dead, yeah.
What did Blaze get?
Oh, he got a 68.
Okay.
That's a fail.
That's just a point of stress. And you immediately. It's shocking to see this.
That could have been me.
from someone you're quite chummy with, and like you can just see that Wendy's just from the back now. You can just see Wendy's like.
13. Zam's not even regretting the times that he's like thrown shade at Wendy. This is insane. This woman is a killer.
Oh, I'm sorry, PJ.
The rest, it is now. It is now.
Please help.
Yeah. The other character's turn. The guy that the doc missed reaches the jeep, and you hear him say, "Punch it! For God's sake, punch it!" And that engine starts, but they haven't moved yet. The driver. What is she gonna do? This is. She didn't. Oh, she probably should have made a save of some kind. Fuck it. She's shocked by this, but like you see her sort of look over her shoulder towards the ramp and where the jeep is next to it. And she turns, runs, hops onto the ramp, runs across the ramp, and dives into the jeep towards the two fellas that are there to take him out. So she's trying to stop that jeep from leaving. Let's see. Does she knock the driver out onto the floor? She's been rolling quite well. Let's see. No, she doesn't knock him out this time, but she's in there and she's scrambling with them. Blaze, you're there. You just witnessed this. You know how badly hurt Wendy is. The action is now too far away from you. From everyone else, apart from Doc, everything else is happening further away.
Does she still have her stump in that guy's mouth?
Yeah. Which is, when I woke up this morning, I didn't think I'd hear that in this show.
Has that stemmed the bleeding?
It's kind of also.
I mean, she's actually sort of jabbing the stump into a ragged mess of a. She could be making it worse. If only you had a doctor with you.
He's over there.
He's off fucking joyriding. I don't know. I kind of want to help Wendy.
You can, yeah, you can do it.
Can I remove a belt from my outfit? I don't know, or from her satchel bag. I don't know. A belt, some sort of long thing, and tourniquet her arm.
Okay.
I'm assuming she's just going to keep holding it in there, so I'm just going to sort of just keep still. Like,
yeah, you can take. I mean, there's lots of sort of pipes and wires and stuff like that. You can take something to basically fashion a tourniquet. I would say this would probably take.
do I have to roll for this?
Yes, I would say, because it's always fun to roll.
I'm probably going to make it work.
I'll probably do a speed check. Do I get you to roll for this? I won't get you to roll for this. But of course, you're right up, and you can see the mess. There's bloody gore, and Wendy's just looking down. It's up to Wendy whether she's still talking, but she's there, and you can wrap it around. That stops the bleeding. You will not be bleeding on the next round.
Thank you.
But you are feeling. I don't know how many points of energy you got, but you're probably feeling a little faint in your own way.
I've still got a third of my health, so you know.
That's good. So Blaze, you're there and you're helping her out. Okay, top of the round with the doc.
Both the guys are in the Jeep.
Yeah. And you saw the woman jump over, and she jumped in, and she's struggling with them.
I think I just want to move my Jeep in their way so they can't leave,
Okay.
and be close enough to just say to them, "It's over."
And as you do that, Doc, you see the guy behind the wheel. So, you know, he's struggling with this woman, and we called him Fire Axe Man. He's sort of looking at you like. He sort of. It's all of a sudden it slows down, and they sort of hold their hands up slightly. And you see the woman sort of looking at you, and she gives you a nod, and then she sort of pushes them out of the car, and the encounter for now seems to be over.
I'll ask her if she can secure them.
And she so, yeah, I'll secure them. You see her sort of looking in the Jeep for something for a moment. What's everyone else doing at this time?
Picking Wendy's arm up.
Yeah. There's Wendy.
Come on, let's get you to the duck. Stand down, soldier.
Wendy is picking up the big bag of tools and the case of explosives as best she can to just business-like get to the shuttle.
Yeah.
Can she try and use her missing arm first?
Yeah.
Too dark. Sorry.
She's just not looking that way. She's
Yeah.
just not
Yeah.
looking at that at all.
Yeah.
He's not going to try and stop her, and he's not going to try and help her either.
How does
He
Zam
knows
fit?
better.
Yeah.
He's going to dust himself off and pick his toolbox up.
He's going to dust himself off and pick up the toolbox.
Yeah.
Duck.
As there's blood all over the floor, there's a corpse of someone else.
So I'll leave the driver to secure these two guys, drive back and see what's happened. They instantly go, "I need to get Wendy to the O'Brien now."
Yeah. and then the driver appears around the corner. Pockets a gun, a pistol. I secured them. Right. What are we doing?
I need to get her back to
I
our
love her.
I need to get her back to our ship. What's your name?
Rico. Get her in the
All
jeep.
right.
And she immediately starts trotting over to the jeep that you were driving. And
No, Rico.
yeah?
I need you to stay here with Blaze and Zam. Something much worse than those motherfuckers is coming to this planet, and we still need to deal with that. You need to carry on with the work. I'll help Wendy.
This is definitely a yes to what you said before, yes?
Oh, yes.
She gets out. She leaves the engine running, gets out. And she looks at you, Blaze. As Zam, I guess you begin wandering into the ship.
Just go straight in. Yeah, he's just.
And
like,
you can immediately just
Hitting things for the hammer.
yeah, you can start
Clang.
you can start assessing the situation right now. Zam starts assessing the situation.
Yeah.
Is outside. As Doc speeds off, it's not too far. It's not too far a drive, but you can immediately start speeding off. And Sarah's sort of looking at you, Wendy, and it's like, oh my god, are you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah.
And back with Blaze, Rico looks at you, Blaze, and just at the bodies. You look military. Is that right?
That's correct. I'm guessing you're with us now.
Well, either that or I made a big fucking mistake.
Now we all make them.
We better
Here, take this.
clean this up and then see what your friend wants help with. And so, to start with, Blaze and Rico are going to go about hiding some dead bodies.
Are we putting them on the ship?
Fuck yeah.
She will. At first, she thinks about. She's talking about like burying them somewhere else, and like she says, you can take the jeep out. But as soon
We
as
haven't got time. We're sending this ship on a one-way journey.
Take it to paradise. Take it to paradise.
On a one-way ticket to paradise.
There you go.
We'll just stow them on the ship.
fine.
How many bodies have we got? 4, isn't it?
You got 4 bodies. And Rico says to you, Blaze, I'll drag the rest of these, but you might want to do something. You might want to speak to him. And she points over to where you see where the jeep originally kind of was the form of Banjo Flanagan stood there.
Banjo.
And we cut back to the dock. Fast forward a little bit. The dock in the O'Brien, you know, breaking everything down. You're gonna have to. Wendy is obviously very badly hurt.
Yeah.
Make it quick, Doc. We have work to do.
What would you like to do?
Don't. And I'm going to sedate her so I can try and reattach her arm.
Oh!
Field medicine.
As Sarah's holding the
It's
arm.
about fucking time I got to do some motherfucking surgery.
Okay. Finally. As you sedate Wendy, Wendy, do you go peacefully into the sleep that the doc needs? As you just sat up, I don't imagine that Wendy just immediately led down like carry on. She's just
No, I'm just sat there going, well, do what you need to do.
her skin looking a little paler from the blood loss. but her face as cold as you've grown to know it recently.
If you ask me, I will say no.
Don't ask.
Okay. As Sarah sort of gets the nod from you, Doc, and she goes up. Does it hurt? Does that hurt, Wendy?
What?
And at
The
that point,
absence.
the absence.
Fucking hell. Oh,
Fuck. Right. Okay.
nice.
As you say that, and you feel that as everything goes murky, but before you immediately go to sleep, you see Sarah just sort of, when you say that, her eyes just sort of fix on you and go, yeah. And she looks like she wasn't freaked out by it at all, and then it all goes
no.
black.
You broke Sarah.
I feel a skill check coming on.
I'm gonna fuck this up, and Wendy's gonna have a tentacle or something. It's
Still got a phobia of tentacles.
Okay.
Please don't make me afraid of myself.
Quickly going to work, and someone who is not trained to be a nurse or a medical professional is now acting as someone helping you out, and Sarah's doing whatever you ask. She obviously knows where everything is, so she's totally helping you out and making sure everything's cleaning the wound, etc. 3 checks. Best of 3.
best of 3. Okay.
Best of 3. It's going to take a lot of intellect to know something like this. It's going to need a surgeon.
I'm obviously adding surgery.
Yep.
Can I add field medicine
Yes.
as well?
Yes.
Okay,
It's-
hang on. I
Will
need
we
to
find
do
if
maths
he's
here.
actually a doctor?
Okay, I can do that. Yeah.
What are you looking for, PJ?
So, intellect is 43, 63 with surgery, 78 with field medicine. That's doable. He said.
Yeah. Surgery, for those watching and listening at home, is an expertise. Which says a lot, because expertise...
82 on that first roll. Fuck those dice.
Oh, Jesus!
The Vichetti, it did a lot of... It damaged a lot.
So, the next
Got
2
the
rolls
alcohol
have to
shake.
succeed.
The
don't
next
they?
2 rolls have to succeed.
I'm so sorry, Lizzie.
It's not me.
75 just succeeds.
Okay. But
You have
You
one job.
you
One
haven't...
job,
you,
PJ.
the
You're
doc
the
hasn't
fucking
had to
doctor.
use like this for a long time. And he's... But maybe though, looking through those books has reignited something.
51!
Hey!
It takes a long time. You were planning to be out here for a long time anyway. It takes a long time, and it's going to need a lot of rehab. But Wendy has the lower half of her left arm back.
Oh, Jesus. I'm a good doctor.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're an actual doctor.
And Wendy is probably out of it for the rest of the day. She's not going to be any
Yes.
good. You know, the way this all happens. So, it's unconventional. ZAM, you were planning to do this job with Blaze Kelvin and Wendy helping you. You have Blaze Kelvin and some woman you never met before who may have killed 2 people in cold blood a short while ago.
Yeah.
But she seems pretty
So-
like, what have we got to do?
So Zam's had an idea.
Oh God.
We were going to take 20 of the cryopods.
20, or was it? There's 20 in there. I thought you wanted 10.
Well, we were going to take all 20, I think, weren't we?
I don't think we could fit all 20.
You probably couldn't fit all 20 into the existing.
But
Oh,
we
okay,
can
that's
sell
fine then.
sell some. We could put some in the scrap, salvage section of the ship. Not hooked up, but we'll take them with us.
No, yeah, we were gonna
Oh.
hook up a couple that we needed,
Okay.
and then
Yeah.
we were gonna keep the rest in the cargo hold.
Okay. This is going to also take some checks. Sam, this
Well,
is
what
good.
I was thinking was, if
Go
we're
on.
not going to take all of them, we could put the bodies in some of the cryotubes on the shuttle.
Just to tuck them away.
So we don't have to look at them.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have to try and bury them or anything.
Yeah.
You could put Banjo in one as well, I suppose.
Oh yes. What did
yeah.
Blaze when you approached Banjo? What happened there? It's like, I don't want. Fucking hell! I didn't
You
think any.
sold us out.
No, I didn't. I didn't know anything like that was going to happen. I didn't know Stockton was going to go fucking mental and try and kill you all.
Gut punch. Sorry,
He
do I have to
immediately
roll
throws
for
up
this?
in his suit.
Oh, good.
How'd they find out we were here?
Well,
You were the only one that knew.
yeah. Well, I knew they were going to be here, but I thought they were just going to shake you down for a bit of extra cash. That was all.
Another gut punch.
Oh, God, my ribs. Oh, please don't kill me.
You're lucky it's me and not Wendy. She's the cream of the crop. And she'd turn you into paste.
He went
Now
full
get out of
savage.
here.
Full savage, love it. What do you mean get out of here? I can't walk back to the. Look. I won't say
You
nothing.
walk.
I won't say
or you
nothing.
stay.
I walk. Look. Please, just give me a lift back. I'll do whatever. Please don't. Just don't hurt me. We can forget about the deal. Forget about the card. Forget about everything. I won't say a word. I swear.
You're free to go. But you're walking. Rico.
I can't.
A gesture for Rico.
Hmm.
I don't know. Does she produce a gun? I'm hoping
And she does produce a gun. And she just fires it in the air. Fuck off, Banjo. She just holsters it and then walks back. He's like, ah! And he starts. You see, he's running back the way you came, but you can't really see the colony from where you are. So it's like he's walking into a rocky desert. He's just running away, scared.
Goodbye, you son of a bitch.
As Banjo disappears into the
I should have
distance.
asked for my $5,000 back.
Could have sold him a Jeep.
So yes, back in the ship, as now you have two helpers, Zam.
There's moving the cryopods out.
Moving the cryopods. Okay. And how many do you want to take?
So we need. How many extra ones do we need now?
Was it?
To actually hook up. I think we'll just take 10. Is it?
I think 10 will do you. Because I
take-
think you were
we'll take 10.
one or two short, weren't you, with the current
Yeah.
crew that you have?
And then the rest we were just going to keep. Then.
Yeah,
So,
the rest you were
we'll
going to
do
keep,
10.
but now you might have someone else with you. But we'll see.
Yeah, well, he doesn't know about that.
No, he doesn't know about that. He doesn't know about that. So, 3 checks. How do you want to do this, Zam? What would you like to check for? What are you going to use?
Well, we're just going to be picking them out, aren't we?
Yeah.
So I've got my jury rigging.
Yeah.
I've got my industrial equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Guessing mechanical repair's not gonna, because we're not repairing.
You're not repairing right now. To get these out, you're not repairing anything. You're taking them out.
Okay. And then what am I using then?
Intellect.
So that'll take it up to 65. This is gonna go horribly wrong. Is this with advantage because I've got 2 helpers as well?
Yes, they will help you out. Yeah. And because, I mean, I don't know about Blaze, but Rico doesn't know what she... You can tell she knows her way around, like, piloting a ship. She's no stranger to that. But in terms of the way everything works, she's like, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. So you get advantage there.
Okay, so first round, 32.
Success.
25.
Okay, that'll do it. That will do to remove all these. It's going to take a while. This won't be... You're not installing them yet, are you?
No.
No,
We're just going to get them on the O'Brien.
Yeah.
Once we're on the O'Brien, we can then install what we need.
Yeah.
This is just getting them off.
And because there's the other ATV there,
yeah,
you know...
Oh, fewer trips.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're quite big things, so, you know, there's 2 at a time, really. And it takes a day, kind of like a day to make sure, because you're making sure that these are still good when you get one.
Yeah.
The O'Brien.
And I think he'll gesture to Blaze and Rico that, you know, there are no cryopods on board if they want to put bodies in them.
It's not a bad idea.
I got you.
If it's a one-way trip.
Let's try and stuff 2 in 1.
And as this has happened, a lot of the blood, like Wendy's blood or everyone else's blood, the dust has sort of covered it. You know, the sand has sort of moved it, and
back and forth with the ATV is gonna.
Just completely.
We'll do some donuts and stuff.
Yeah.
Get well soon.
Yeah. I can do the stunt driving.
Yeah. So this day essentially goes, because you knew you were going to be out here for like a day and a bit. So for the rest of this day, which didn't start how you thought it was going to, you get all these cryopods onto the O'Brien, and you get them stored, you get them covered up. You know, it's not like you've just got them lying around, so everyone can see that there's cryopods everywhere. So the next, you'll have to probably sleep on the ship for this particular night. Yep. Everyone's locked in for this night. Rico, she's not fussed about where she sleeps. She just crashes on the couch that's in the sort of galleon, stuff like that. She's not fussed. She does quite appreciate the shower though, having a shower after that. And what she also does that evening is she uses the patch kits to patch up anything that happened to any. The hazard suit of Wendy's is kind of ruined, but she tries to patch up anything else that happened to anyone else's. Yeah. But she does notice that you've got a couple on the ship as well, so you might have to use those ones. But yeah, the next day, what is the plan for the next day? As the team are all together, and Wendy, the arm isn't going to be any good to you today. You haven't quite got their feeling yet. It's going to take probably a fair amount of drugs. I'd imagine pain pills will be involved. The pain is always going to be there.
I imagine it's in some kind of science fiction sling as well.
Yeah.
Like a hover sling.
Yeah.
It's always a hover thing.
Yeah. Which has sort of,
is just hovering.
Yeah, which has sort of readouts on it as well, which gives you like scans of like, you know, the bone density and like how it's healing up.
Also, local weather and sports news.
Yeah.
Look at little ticker.
That's how many steps I've done.
Teletext. On an arm. I want one of those. That's great.
Can you play Bamboozle on it?
Print out a receipt. It's an eye sling. No. Oh God. But what is the plan for the rest of it? ZAM is now almost project manager. Although for this,
it's the explosive next, isn't it? Although he's going to be putting in the WARDEN that needs to play.
Yeah. Now, how do you want to set this up? How are you going to get this to play?
Well, how are we going to get it to fly away without anyone on it?
Well,
We've got a portable computer terminal,
yeah.
and we program that to, like, as an autopilot.
Is
Yeah.
any of us a programmer?
Or, well, no. Why don't we call the captain?
There is.
Because she's a pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah, put her on the ship.
Oh, Rico's a pilot.
Rico's a pilot.
Oh, Rico's a pilot. Yeah.
Mm,
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Hey, Rico.
you can put all this stuff in. She helps you sort of set this up. She does kind of wonder. So you want this ship to just take off and then. What's all the
I
what are
wanted
the
to play
explosives
this-
for?
Play this like a beacon.
Play what?
It's a little surprise for something that's already out there.
Do you remember that sound a few days ago that played through the colony?
Fuck yeah! What that? He's gonna play that?
Yes.
Oh fuck! Well, you're not gonna play it now though, are you? Because
Oh no.
my
no,
ears
no,
were
no.
ringing
This
for
is
a
when-
whole day afterwards.
Yep, and this is for when it gets out there.
Okay. Well, I can figure out the getting it to take off. But as for playing it and everything else, that's gonna have to be you guys. While I figure out this, and she goes, "I'm not used to these ships. I'm used to more drop ships." And she sort of sits in the chair and she's just flicking switches, and she looks like she knows how to fly a ship. But as she's figuring out, so she is going to help this thing take off by itself. She will need the computer terminal. Quite handy that you got this, Jim, because the computer terminal is going to be handy for you to externally control it, so it'll take off, to give it the final sort of commands remotely.
Sure.
So yeah, essentially like that.
Can we use the computer terminal to play the tape?
You could use the computer terminal to
like a beacon.
yeah, you could use it. Do you want what? Do you want to leave the computer terminal in the ship?
ZAM?
No, I figure the recording could go on like a distress beacon
hmm
and play as a distress beacon.
Okay.
So are we going to sort of like press play and get it to take off as quickly as we can? Or is there a way to make it like...
If we can remote
delay it.
pilot the ship, then if we can remote control the ship using the computer, we can
Yeah.
fly it up and then set off the distress beacon then. And let it play once it's flying
using,
off.
using
We
the
also
same
know
terminal?
that the comms into the planet are not good,
Yeah.
and we've got a jammer, so we could kind of
We've got a radio jammer as well, yeah, so we could
block stuff out from coming back to the planet.
I suppose we could jam the ship so that we don't hear the message.
Because
As it's playing.
because the radio jammer is good for 100
And
kilometers. So as soon as it gets out of that
once
range,
it moves out of range, then it can play them.
it will play.
But that's not going to jam... That's just going to jam comms, not the signal to pilot it. Do you know what I mean? It's not going to jam everything so we can't steer
I
it as
think-
well.
I think essentially the way that the piloting will be
Radio
done,
jammer.
it will be a routine that is programmed in, so that it will be going through something. It's that she will essentially set off, and probably as soon as it starts, then you want to hit the jammer, because then the thing is already in motion. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's getting no more...
So it's all about getting the timing right. But there's something else that you want to put in this ship.
Bombs!
Explosives.
Bombs!
Where are you placing these? The DM makes a note.
Maybe where they'll cause like the biggest explosion,
Well,
which I'm
I
assuming
will-
would be on the engines. Or
Do not forget,
Yes.
these ships are installed with hyperdrives, jump drives,
Oh, hello.
because they're the ships that have to go through the jump gates.
Well, I would imagine.
So that is a rather a large.
I would say, yeah, concentrate most of them on the. I don't know. What does it look like, Vince? Like a big ball, a square box, a big tube?
It's. I mean, it is. I mean, where the casing is, it's not like anyone else can get into it. But you can certainly you need like high grade access to get hold of these, get to the hyperdrives. But you can place them in specific places. I'm going to ask for some intellect checks.
Oh, hello.
From whoever's going to place these bombs.
My 7 minutes are up, right?
Totally, it's the next day. It's the next day.
Yeah.
I've stuck it to my face.
Yeah. It's just going boop boop boop. This has got one on either.
Would military training help?
Yes. But that would probably be the only thing you both be able to use military training if the.
Yeah, I imagine I would have taken Wendy with me.
Yeah.
Like on the little buggy.
Come on. We got bombs.
Then if Wendy, you're not getting involved, Wendy. Are you there in an advisory capacity?
I've been in advisory capacity. Just go, no.
Yeah.
Just there.
You can make these rolls with advantage.
It's fine.
Make these rolls with advantage.
Listen to me, you'll get advantage.
Are you placing? So you're going to place a bunch by by the jump drive.
Yes.
Anywhere else?
Wendy.
Any fuel on there?
Yeah, there's fuel on there.
Yeah. And what's the nature of the trigger? Like, is it a contact one?
It can be whatever you want. You have the
facility
detonator
thing.
You have the
know.
detonator, but you obviously know that that's remote. You have to be, that isn't gonna work for what you want to do.
I wonder if there's a way to deadman switch the detonator. So like if
because you don't know when this thing will go off, when this thing will meet it. So makes sense for it to be a contact switch, so that if anything meets this thing.
Would this ship have scanners?
It would have, it'd have like radar scan. It'd have comm scanners.
Would we have any data on the Icarus that we could program into it to say when you see this specific signature?
That would be quite a complicated computer skill to give it that sort of. Considering
that
it's something
is beyond us.
Yeah. Considering it's something you want to do when the ship is anywhere near any of you, that's probably out of your remit. But you could set it up to just sort of much like you did with the junk.
So our experience of this is that this thing came and it used things like airlocks, and maybe that was just because that's where we were.
Are you talking about the Icarus itself?
The Icarus, yeah. But that it's going to reach out and try and grab hold of. It's not going to swallow it.
You also know that it connected with that relay station pretty hard. And it had part of that
relay. Or was that just a kind of...
And it had part of the relay station in it, if you remember. Because you saw some of the... Was it the panels, wasn't it?
Like the front...
Yeah, the panels, yeah. So you would gather that it may not be too dexterous about what it's doing. You're not quite sure what this ship can do.
Or how it does it.
I think proximity is our best bet then, to be honest.
I know this might be quite late into the plan. Contact. But how do we stop it from, like, if another ship that's not the Icarus running into it and
doopy-doopy-doo,
kabooming?
La 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 la.
That would be...
We're just ignoring that. Okay.
Well, this is perhaps Wendy reappears and goes, perhaps, instead of putting the guys in the cryopods, we put them in the seats.
What kind of sick game is this?
Because then if it explodes something wrong, people will go, oh, look, those rogue pirate dudes from that crazy planet were piloting the ship and they exploded.
I don't think there were any other ships in the vicinity when we... Last
No, that's
checked.
true. It's the fact
No,
you
but we've
base
got a
it.
ship coming for us.
Oh, that's weeks away.
Doc's all of a sudden had a sudden boost of confidence since like being back in the game again.
Successful
Since he did his
surgery.
race, his track day, he's really like, woo.
Murder
And then
and
can-
surgery will do that to you.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah. Preach.
Can Sarah figure out like how far away it is or which way it's coming, or so that we.
Sarah
can
doesn't
point
know
it
in terms of
towards-
distance. She knows it's not anywhere close. She doesn't get the sensors anywhere close right now.
We know roughly what direction,
Get
though,
an
right?
idea of.
Yeah, you know where it was headed outwards, and it was quite a few way away, so it had to turn around and
It
then
just
come
like
back.
spun straight round and come back.
Yeah, but
Well,
it's
we know
not.
where
so
we
we'd have
came
that.
from.
Yeah,
So
and
we're
that was like you. It was a good month or so travel, wasn't it? You had to.
We're also working under the
Finish with
assumption the
that
signal
garbage,
will
man.
summon it.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Right. What checks are we making?
Successful ones.
Okay.
Well, I think Zam. What? So Zam's just doing the beacon then, is he?
Yeah. What jobs do you want?
Yeah.
Was-
Zam, you do the beacon.
Yeah. So that'd be my intellect.
Yeah. Which I
I
believe.
figured jury rigging and industrial equipment again.
Oh, I rolled for mine earlier
That's right. That's right.
when
You,
we were doing the bomb.
you didn't give us the result though, did you, Gav?
No, it was 15.
15. Well,
Yeah,
we
I
got,
know,
we got
finally.
one success with the bombs. The bombs are in place. I presume a contact bomb. So if anything,
I leave that to Wendy. I just put him up.
if anything happens, if anything connects with these things, if someone like hails it, it's only if like a ship meets a ship that these things are probably gonna go off. Or if
So
someone
I
shoots
needed to
that
beat
ship.
the 65.
You got a 65,
I needed to beat the 65.
and what did you get?
58.
58.
Yeah.
You install the beacon. Let's give Rico a check, shall we? She's got. Ooh, she rolled a 13. So, we got the. It's going to take off. It's got bombs attached, and it's got the beacon there. Okay. You probably don't want to be too near the vicinity when this thing launches. Even though it will sort of vertically sort of move up. But you can. Is there anything else you want to do before you set this thing off? Before you set the rabbit off?
How close is it to the O'Brien?
It's not close enough that it's going to affect anything. But
Right,
it's yeah, safe. Yeah. You don't have to worry about that.
So we want to use the radio jammer as well, don't we?
Yes. At what point are you going to use the radio jammer?
I would
When it's
say.
going to take off.
I'd say as soon as it's
We want to try and mask the takeoff as well.
like on course, as soon as it's hit that trajectory, and it's like heading that way, boom,
Okay.
hit the jammer.
Okay.
Feel free to object, anyone else though.
No, that's fine.
So send it up with the jammer on, and then once it's hit its course, you
Are
take
you
the
keeping the jammer?
jammer off, or are we keeping the jammer?
Because the jammer affects a 100-kilometer radius, so you could have it, and it'll basically disappear. And as soon as it gets out of the range
I
of
think
what,
that's what we want to do.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
if the jammer
We
was on
want to
the
have
ship,
it with us. Yeah.
if the jammer was on the ship, the signal
Yeah.
would not go out.
Yeah.
We want because we want to try and mask the takeoff as well if we can.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not going to block the takeoff.
No.
Oh, all right then.
Take-
Oh,
takeoff-
just do it straight away then.
Yeah. And immediately it's all. It was a hard road to get here. Took a lot more blood, sweat, and tears than you thought it would. But see Rico, she pilots it, and eventually the ship. You know, and it takes it. Everyone's got their hazard suits on. I mean, Sarah's probably still in the O'Brien. She don't want to be close to this. you know, it's dusty and misty, and then the ship begins to take off. And at what point are you starting the jammer again?
As soon as it's taken off, so that we can cover it and mask the signal as well.
So as soon as that happens, like, Rico sort of looks at whoever's got the jammer and's like, gives a signal. And this old bit of retro equipment, backpack with wires, and it looks like it shouldn't work, you know. And obviously you've got to flick some switches, and it sort of goes boop, 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 boop. And then it stops beeping, and you just see this flashing light, this flashing sort of amber light on it. And you notice like the comm sort of mics that you got just go, and they're not picking up anything. Which means all that, like, your short range comms, everything's currently.
Probably a load of people in a mine who can't communicate with the surface.
Help!
Oh.
All their communications are gone anyway, aren't they?
Yeah.
Outwardly, but not on the.
Yeah, they're short range ones, right? Okay.
Okay.
And you see this ship disappear into the sort of clouds.
So as soon as it's out of range, then we'll switch jammer off.
You probably have to give it a little while, you know.
Mm.
You could head back to the O'Brien and just sit there and have a drink. While the O'Brien, nothing's working on the O'Brien while they... Although... No, the cryopods are alright. Didn't want to worry you. Just...
It's only masking a signal. It's not like, it's not an EMP.
Yeah, so. It's not an EMP. Yeah, just imagine if Fletcher had one of them.
Should have asked.
And the ship is gone. It's a strange feeling because it feels like a massive success, but one that you're not there to see. You can't see the. It's not like you see this ship get a blow up, or. And you're literally, you just have your faith and hope that this is going to work.
It's not gonna work.
Wendy, the pain. Are you taking any pain pills for this? For your arm?
No.
Then you live with agony for the next few days. Absolute agony.
Is Wendy grumpy? Does this affect her mood? Can I get some pain pills off of Doc and surreptitiously drop him in her coffee?
The Doc will be fully on board with that plan.
Okay. PvP in an odd kind of way, drinking someone's coffee.
Trying to make you feel better.
I feel fine.
You're not acting fine.
What to you? How I'm acting?
This will not be a. Are you definitely gonna do this, Blaze? You go try and. Okay, right. This will be a check. This will be a yeah. Okay, so this will be okay. So you have disadvantage on this check, Wendy. This is just to see. This is gonna be an intellect check. You don't have anything to sort of like see if you got drugged, but.
Never did figure out what rimwise meant, but you know.
It means you've got knowledge of like their systems, and
okay.
You've got all of those.
It's not like savvy of the fact that
it's
people
like
are
if you go to certain stations, you know the person to talk to for certain things, which made sense because you went up and talked to Stockton, and then later on you pushed your arm into his face.
So what am I rolling?
Intellect.
Intellect
with disadvantage.
Both fails.
Okay.
The best fail was a 36.
Okay. The pain is numbed a little bit. You don't know how, but you just feel like
mental toughness. Positive attitude.
Exactly. Totally. That's exactly what it is.
Better spirits.
I wink at Doc.
Give a subtle thumbs up.
Yeah. How many do you give her?
Doc, how many have you given me?
I think we've probably just tried to slip up like a couple a day for a couple of days. We don't want to push it.
Okay.
Like prescription amounts rather than danger amounts.
You can
only as much as Doc would give me, because I would have doubled the dose, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, could you roll me 2d10 health, please, Wendy?
Oh, blimey. Where was the nice one that rolled?
I'm taking it this is on two essentially doses.
A total of 3.
You get 3 hit points back, but your stress is lowered by 2.
I was quite chill.
I mean,
does that mean I unwound?
Has it raised you above your wound?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Cool.
yeah. So you've got that wound back.
And how many stresses go? 2?
2. There's always a minimum of 2 in Mothership, but yeah. Okay.
Blaze.
Unless which is 4. Minimum of 4 now.
Yeah. And you eventually Rico obviously she speaks to you at one point, Doc. She takes you one side, said so the deal still stands, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Good. I'm not going to say anything about anything that went down here.
No, it would be idiotic of you to do so.
Yeah. Loyalty and honesty aren't always mutually exclusive, so as long as obviously
who are you loyal to?
Well, right now my ticket out of here. Seems like you're going to scratch my back, and I've been scratching yours, so just we don't have to be best friends or anything like that, but just make sure that you come find me when you're ready to head out.
I'm a man of my word.
I should hope so. You are a doctor after all.
Yes, well.
Oh, and I found this on the bodies. She goes, I don't need this shit. So she leaves behind. Well, I'm guessing everyone eventually heads back to the colony.
Yeah.
But before they do, she leaves this on the O'Brien. There are 3 more patch kits. No, 4 more, because you killed 4 people. 4 patch kits from their suits. There are some pain pills. There's a flask of brandy.
Yay.
There's some infrared goggles.
Ooh. Cuddly toy.
There is a pack of Smoko cigarettes. And another flask that smells like some sort of homebrewed moonshine. It's a smaller flask, but this one smells like it's hot day. That's going to ignite. You do notice that she gives you all this stuff. There's no money. She goes, I don't need this shit. You can have that. But
it's all right. We've still got the black card,
which I give back to Zam.
No, Zam doesn't want it. He's had enough of it now. You keep it.
Do you produce the card in front of Rico?
Oh fuck no.
Okay. just for my notes.
We got the vibro machete.
Oh yes, of course. You do also have. You do also have
a knackered shotgun.
A damaged shotgun that can be repaired, but it was hit with an axe. You've got a fire axe.
Hey.
And yeah, the vibeshete. Someone also had a hammer on them.
And there were brass knuckles
Ooh.
dusters on one of them.
Possibly hide them from
Wendy.
Wendy.
Yeah.
Wendy's quite keen on the damaged shotgun and a bit of a project to kind of.
Okay.
Fix.
Are you going to leave that on the O'Brien?
Yeah.
If you think about
Yeah,
this,
because we can't get it back through customs.
you're not going back through customs.
We're staying on the O'Brien.
You didn't leave through customs to get here.
Oh, true.
Rico drove you out a back way.
Nah.
If you
I'm
want
gonna
to
leave it on the O'Brien.
If you want to smuggle anything in, now is the time that you do it.
Not a weapon.
I was going to say as well, we're all going to go back in one vehicle. So are we parking the other vehicle in the cargo bay?
I should have put it on the shuttle.
No, if it fits, scrap it. Come on, gotta make money.
Yeah, you can do that.
We
You can
fucking
drive that.
jettisoned a load of
Yeah.
stuff to get it. So
Yeah.
You've got room.
You have got room because you only have like 25% of your original cargo, I think, which is a lot of money.
So
So
we can
you can
scrap
park
the
it up for now.
Jeep
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would take a while to scrap it. You can't take it apart if you want to scrap it. But yes, you have
Yeah.
this armored all-terrain like Jeep here. It's not military grade, but you know this thing's pretty fast. It's better
We
than
at least
like
made-
like the big carrier that you've got for your work. It's quicker than that.
We've at least made back some scrap money that we lost, and we could probably sell some of those cryo pods at some point as well. So
Hopefully they're worth something. Vince.
That's for me to make notes on. I'll just Google that. How much is a cryopod these days?
I remember
We call them spa days.
Yes.
I had two guns.
Sleep.
Who did I give the other gun to? Ages ago. Was it Zam? Did I give you a pistol?
Jam's not had a
One is confiscated at the moment. Did you give it to Doc?
Yeah.
I
think
had
you
a
gave it
revolver
to-
and a pistol. I can't remember where they came from.
The classic players trying to remember who's got what.
Well, we found
It's on the post-it of everything.
found one gun in a lockbox on the station, I think. So
I think
remember
you
the
gave
gun.
me a gun while we were on the Icarus, but I wouldn't still have it
Yeah.
on the O'Brien.
Oh, would you have given it back?
Yeah.
I take that with me.
So you've got a pistol with you.
I'm taking a fucking yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
After that encounter.
As we leave the O'Brien to get back on the vehicle taking us back to the colony, Doc's going to try and surreptitiously drop the black card in the sand.
I'm fucking broke, Doc. I've got no money.
You did that to yourself. Dead man's money can be traced.
You drop the card into the dust. In a moment of like, Doc looks like he's going back for something, and he's like, oh no, it's fine.
Before we leave the O'Brien to go back, Wendy's just going to go down into the the maintenance room,
Where her sanctuary
where
was
her
before.
sanctuary was, and she's just going to go up to the wall that is now blank, where the kind of octopus god shrine temple was, and just with her put back on hand, just kind of put her hand on that wall.
Make a sanity
That's
save.
Jesus Christ. No. What's that? No. 94? That'd be a no.
You do that, and there's a flash of pain in your arm, and just a flat. There's like just lightning in your head, and you just see like tentacles moving like a storm, and you can see tentacles just for a brief second, and there's a briefest second as you touch your hand against the wall. It feels like something's moving under your skin, under your wrist, and you recoil.
Given that it was tentacles. Oh, hang on. Oh, no.
What is your?
Would I have taken a stress for the failed sanity save?
Yes.
Okay. and I have a phobia of tentacles, which is either a fear save or 1d5 stress.
I love an honest player. Fear save, please.
5 stress. No, that doesn't sound
She's on
nice.
her own, right?
Yeah, she's on her own, which she chose to.
Jesus Christ.
Can Zam check on the cryopods?
99!
Oh no.
Roll me a d5, please, Wendy.
Go and touch the wall.
That is 9, so 4.5.
4
which one
points of
we're
stress. 4 points of stress. Roll me a panic check.
Oh shit, it's all happening too fast. What's that? No, plus the 1, so that's 9. Panic. Oh, that's an 18. That's okay. My stress is 9.
Yeah.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah. You got to roll over your stress. It freaks you out, but
We ended the Wendy freak-out spiral.
Yeah,
That's good.
you don't panic, but it does freak you out, and that's at the time where you're like, I need to get off this ship for the moment. I need to get away from this. Everyone's so concerned when things like this happen. Oh dear. But eventually, tired, aching.
Just Zam needs to check the cryopods.
The existing
the active
cryopods?
cryopods, yeah. Because the captain asked him to check them, so...
Everything seems to be going. Everything seems to be fine. They're sleeping in their bunks. There's Albright, Turnip, and a young girl, a youth that was a stowaway that wasn't part of the crew originally. But they're all there, and they're all sleeping safely. They're doing okay. Blissfully
Darcy okay
unaware.
as well?
Darcy, you want to speak to Darcy?
Is he switched off? Or?
He switched. You can activate him. He's sort of running on low energy.
Yeah,
but
just activate him just to make sure he's okay. And
hello, Zam. How are you?
yeah, I've had better days. Quite a lot's been happening.
Is there anything I can do for you, Zam?
I just wanted to make sure you're okay.
Would you like to hear the sounds of a babbling brook?
No.
Perhaps wind blowing through trees? What would soothe you, Zam?
Just you telling me you're okay.
I am fine, Zam.
It's the okay. Switch him off.
And the monitor sort of goes back into its place. Oh dear.
I hate robots.
And eventually the crew make it back to Cassius Prime. Rico drives them through the back way. She parks up in the same place, Doc, that you noticed before you... It's been 2 days you've been out now. And certainly you're a bit tired. Wendy, you're still achy, but you make it back, but Rico sort of covers up the ATV, sort of leads you back into the colony proper. Seemingly she didn't need Banjo to do this. She already knew where she was going. And you all make it back to the colony of Cassius Prime. Them all seemingly, and when you get there, there's a certain anxiety in some ways. You're thinking, were they aware? Did they notice that we weren't here? But that fear is alleviated. There's this ongoing mining facility seems to be business as normal. Rico bids farewell. Tells you where you can, if you want to find her, where you can meet her later if you need her for anything. But when you get back to the colony. What is everyone doing? What is the first port of call now you're back?
Going to check on Admiral Mittens.
Oh. Yes, we all go to see Admiral Mittens.
You're not invited.
Yeah. Roy has been looking after the Admiral. Roy's been looking after the Admiral.
Oh, fuck.
Getting on swimmingly.
It's a wonderful feline. Absolutely wonderful. They don't really have tuna here, so I'll be giving her spam.
Oh my god. You know, they do have cat food.
Oh, do they?
He's a treasure and must be saved at all costs.
He's a billionaire.
Elsewhere, as the group, are the group dividing to just do a few things before reconvening?
I'll go tell the captain cryopods are all okay. Darcy's going on about babbling brooks.
Would we have radioed the captain to say missions? No. I don't know. Would we have radioed the captain to say mission success, or was that an in-person?
Yeah.
In
so
person.
Zam's going to bring her up to speed anyway. Tell her what we've salvaged as well. So.
Yeah, and you catch up with her and Quill, and Quill's like seemingly quite pleased to see people there. Like, oh, thank God, you know, it was quite hard work for him, but you can catch the Captain Austin up on everything, and she's insistent like, well, I'm glad everything's working out okay, and you think this is going to work, Zam, yeah?
It's our best shot.
I guess that's all we got right now. So we just gotta... I guess we just gotta sit and wait for the emergency guys to come in and fix our drive coil, and then we can get the hell out of here. Good work, Zam.
It was a team effort.
Yeah, speaking of which, we should all meet up. We should celebrate. Come on, we gotta at least celebrate something. Even if it's just not having to hear that noise ever again. Come on, Zam.
Paul Bex as well, because she wants to night out with the team, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or we should probably invite Rico as well.
Okay.
Doc's got something to say about Captain about her.
yeah. So that is we'll pick up on that meet-up that everyone has. But while Zam's talking to Captain, Wendy. What's Wendy?
Wendy's going to the biodome.
Okay.
That's in the center of the kind of...
Yeah. She's not allowed access to the gardens itself. But there are. But something to bear in mind, you could probably get access at some point. But right now... And you can see...
Yeah, I'm Wendy. I'll go where I please.
Yeah, Wendy can certainly see, like, there are sort of gardeners making sure all the produce and there's living things.
They're like a viewing bit or something, a gallery bit.
Yeah. Because some of it, even though it is... you know, vegetables, and a lot of it is stuff that is used for, you know, the food and sustenance. There is a certain, well, as we all know, there's a certain beauty to an ongoing garden. And they definitely make a point of like, it's green in a place that has no green. So,
is there a tree, or are there trees?
There's trees, yeah. There are trees.
Gonna sit somewhere with a view of a tree.
Trees. Yeah. There are some like lemon trees, and there's some citrus trees and things like that. There's apples. It's quite unusual to see it all the way out here. You didn't think of all the places on the edge of space on a mining colony. This is very, very strange, but it gives you a moment of calm. There's like the pain in your arm throbs as you sit there alone, finding some solitary peace. And anyone that comes near you, you just shoot them a look and they stay away.
You can just shoot them.
Yeah. Just shoot them.
Oh God, no.
Blaze.
I'm essentially stalking Wendy. But just to like
keeping an eye on her.
keeping an eye on her and making sure no one else wants to come rumble with her because she's at a weakened state.
Yeah.
I think she might not be. She had her arm off and was fine, but
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. You do, because you're the one that's sort of like, you're keeping an eye out for things. This time watching over Wendy, you notice a couple of things. As your ears are the beacon and sort of like, you know, just watching out for things. No one really approaches Wendy. There's also over the next couple of days, there's a couple of people that ask like where Stockton is. You know, there seems to be some complaints about that group that you met before. They haven't turned up for work and can't find them. You know, you hear some rumblings about that, but you stay well enough away.
Do I hear anything about Banjo?
You do not see or hear Banjo. Ding, ding, ding. Not literally hearing Banjo. A banjo on the air. But you don't see him anywhere. Not in the gym.
Okay.
Not in the gym. Nowhere. He's like he's not on this station. You see security moving around a bit more. Not really. They're not paying attention to you, but they're certainly a bit more.
Which is good because I've got a gun.
Yeah. No one really approaches you about that. And I think over the next couple of days, after what the crew have been through, they step back and sort of let's not ruffle any more feathers for a bit. And of course that dies down. You know, everything. It takes a couple of days, but everything goes quiet again. And everyone meets up. Where would you like to meet up, Zam? Come on. Where's everyone meeting?
Call.
The last call. Okay. So on one particular night, everyone's sat around there. Captain buys her around. She goes, "Here you go. Wendy, how's the arm, honey? You doing okay?"
It's okay.
Okay. Good work, Doc.
Yeah, thanks, Doc.
Um,
If I didn't say it before.
Don't mention it.
Whilst Wendy's not looking.
That was excellent Foley work, Gav.
Take the
Amazing.
blaze and go, you're not supposed to take those with alcohol.
Well, I'm not fishing it out.
I'm sorry, I haven't met you before. And you are? My name's Rico. And how do you know my little posse here?
Captain, this is a conversation for another time, but suffice to say, we may not have made it without her.
Thanks for the drink. She just sits back and the captain looks at Sarah for a moment, and Sarah's like, yeah. Okay then. Well, we can talk about this after. For tonight, let's get shit-faced. I'm buying all night. I don't care. And she goes off and everyone can sit down and drink and peace and quiet. As the crew...
We don't trust you.
As the crew... What are you saying?
You know what we're saying.
What are you saying,
Oh, just-
Lizzie?
Just bring the thing.
Bring what thing? Don't know what you mean. As we pan out from this scene of calm, and the crew sort of the captain sort of leaning into the dock, and the dock is explaining things. As Wendy's just sort of, she's looking at the way her beer is fizzing, and Blaze is he's pretending to keep quiet. And Zam and a couple of the miners and Becks and like the survivors from the Icarus are sat round, and there's a moment of levity as we back away from that. And as we back away, the vision changes slightly. And we see that we're viewing the crew through a binocular-like scope. Futuristic readouts dotting the screen. And they're sort of half-tone and grayscales. You see them silently, like a couple of them laughing or deep in conversation. And cut to a figure in a ragged sort of taupe sort of poncho with a hood pulled up, lowers the binoculars. They're stood in shadow and dressed in patchwork sort of clothing that looks like it's been made for utility, but from bits and pieces of like different workwear, protective clothing, and the likes of that. Their face seemingly is covered with like a damaged hazard suit rebreather. Part of one corner melted away, and the figure pulls down a dirty sort of looking bandage over the red eye that was free and turns away from the viewing point, which is steeped in darkness and hidden somewhere in the station. They climb down a ladder. As they're doing so, the metallic sound echoing off the walls. There's another figure in similar attire, although this one's smaller, leaner, and one of their arms seems to be kind of withered in a kind of way. They've got a bag over one of their shoulders that rattles slightly as the other figure approaches. And they're by a wall just spraying something. Shh, 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 shh. And the larger figure speaks first.
You almost finished. Almost. Shh, shh, shh. You all done? Yeah. So what do you think? Yeah, I think you were right. Two of them are definitely military. One of them's a doctor. I think there's an engineer there. I don't know about the older lady. There's a couple of others I don't recognize. But I think they could be of some use. Well then. Shh, shh. We best go tell Bartlett. Yeah. Let's go. I think they could be exactly who we need.
As the two figures stand up, the smaller one finishing off something, and then joining their larger compatriot. They stand and turn and disappear down a shadowy corridor. And the last thing we see in the flickering halogen lights is the graffiti of what looks like the symbol of a silver dragon. And that is where we end Season 1 of Safe Space.
Fucker.
Yay! There you go, folks. I thought it was going to be another longer one. Thank you for sticking with us through this whole campaign. This has been, well, it's been amazing fun. And I think this one, as always, the sessions don't go the way you think they're gonna go, but
oh, Stumpy.
yeah, but the group Well, I don't know.
Check out you, hot rod.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, all right.
Yeah. The Doc played a blinder. He was both wheelman and scalpel man, which was just what was needed. But we hope you have enjoyed this season of Safe Space. This whole experiment has just been a great amount of fun, and it has been a kind of experiment. We've all been like learning the game and growing. But I mean, I can't speak for my players, and I won't speak for my players. But this whole story, like this whole game and story, I've kind of fallen in love with. I've fallen in love with the characters and what's happened, and what we've done over these past 40 sessions. I'm very pleased with it, and I hope everyone has enjoyed it. Thank you so much to my lovely players. Yes, you lot. You lot.
Thanks for having us.
This is, I hope that the ending was satisfactory. I've never really planned a finale before. What do you do for a finale where you don't know quite what's going to happen? It was very interesting.
There wasn't a musical number.
There wasn't a musical
there
number.
Was no musical number.
No, we almost got to it.
Jim did, yeah.
Yeah.
He was ready.
Yeah, it was a little bit. Yeah, there was certainly a lot of shocks and surprises, and yes.
Maybe you have to get to season 2 before you can actually plot in a musical number.
Well, yes, and of course, season 2.
Season 2.
Season 2. Yes, I think I've convinced this lot here to play this game a bit more. So in next year, that we're going to be back. Safe Space will be back. Stay tuned to our social media and other things to find out when that is. In between then, our next episode is going to be something a little different. Rather than the narrative in the game, we're going to have a little bit of a catch-up session to see how we all felt about playing the game and what we enjoyed, the moments we enjoyed, the things that we didn't expect. It's going to be good fun. So if you've got any, all you lovely people that have been watching us on a weekly basis, if you want to ask any questions or complain about my warden style or saying that I've got something wrong, then just drop us a comment below.
You have to put it in the comments page.
Yeah, you got to
okay.
put it in the comments page. Actually, you say it to my face every week, man.
Yes, yes I do.
Yeah. But no.
Now put it in writing.
Yeah. So we're going to have Safe Space, end of transmission. That is the season wrap-up show. Before I go away and figure out all these lovely plot points that I can weave into a whole new thread now that we know the crew and we love the crew, and how can I torment the crew even more. I want to say first a big thanks to Tuesday Night Games for this wonderful system that we've been playing. It's been great fun. We've been learning it. There is, if you go to mothership.rpg.com and follow Tuesday Night Games on social media, they're always posting about third-party content. There's an app. There's an actual app you can get now. We've been playing around with this before this session. It may be something that we actually use properly. Yeah, we believe you, PJ. It's all right.
Yeah. Got the app on my iPad.
There you go. Yeah.
Don't know if you can see any of that.
No, yeah, we can. Yeah.
Here we go.
It's a brilliant little app. So if you want to play Mothership, we highly recommend you get it, because you can create characters on the go, and it's got a dice roller and everything. It's brilliant. So we may incorporate that into the next season. There's certainly, since this game has started, when we started this season, this was a work in progress of a player's manual, which now has been finalised, and there's a warden's operation manual, and there's lots of other, and of course there's Hull Breach by Ian Newsom. There's lots of different things that I can go away, make notes on, and come back, and I'm going to scare these lot to death next time. It's going to be brilliant. So yeah, but I can't wait. But I can't wait telling stories. I just love telling stories as well, and it's wonderful telling stories with these beautiful people. Where can our lovely viewers and listeners find you all? Take it away.
Twitter! At Jim Bob 1978.
Sorry. Do it again, Jim. I coughed over your thing.
Twitter!
She didn't really cough, Jim.
No, just wanted to hear that.
Oh no, my headphone's fallen out. Oh man, it's all going wrong. Thanks, Jim.
Yes.
Yeah. So the Twitter at Lizzie Boyle says, and also at Ski Shoot Repeat, which is my new podcast.
Which is brilliant. Highly informative.
Thank you. Yeah. You learned something. Vince told me that at the beginning. He said, "Oh, I learned something.
Yeah.
Didn't expect that."
Yeah.
Ooh.
My players learn something every session of this game, and that's that.
I've learned a lot this evening.
About yourself and what you're capable of.
Yeah, I'm really scared.
Gavin, where can they find you?
On social medias at Bob Goblin.
BJ.
Twitter at PJ Montgomery.
He's always so exhausted after every session. I love it.
Yeah,
I love
it's
it.
a lot.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. You can find me on social media at Jester Diablo. There may be in the next session. There may be some even more announcements that I have. Future of the show and the audio.
Oh, we like announcements.
Yeah, and there will be some. But
Merch.
for now, thank you again so much to the likes of Tabletop Audio for all the music that you hear in the sessions. Nice and dramatic. Follow them on Patreon, they're brilliant. To the wonderful Elliot Red for the best theme tune in all of the theme tunes. I love it. Go find his work. There's an album on YouTube. It's amazing stuff. To the wonderful Gav Mitchell for the credits of this show. To the players and to you lovely people at home for watching. We truly appreciate you enjoying this story, and we'll be back for more. But until we do, wherever you are in the world, we love you very much. And just remember, stay safe out there.
Hey.